Ahoy! Welcome to Hero Story, episode 11. My name is Tyler.
I'm Harper, and I'm Harper. Did that work? Oh, it
What?
didn't work!
No, it didn't work.
No!
Wow. I'm almost
No!
like,
What?
do we
What
start
is
the
this
podcast
angle?
over? So
What
basically,
happened?
we had a joke. Harper was
Start it
gonna cut
again.
away. Start it again. You want to actually start again?
Uh, JD is.
Ahoy! Welcome to Hero Story, episode 11. My name is Tyler.
My name is Harper, and my name is Harper. Did
All
that
right,
work?
that worked. Okay.
Woo! Okay.
So for audio
You have no
listeners,
idea what we went through before that.
Harper just threw to a cutaway of a different camera angle. And for some reason that took forever to set up.
Yeah, no,
Which it
and
might
and
be
we
I
broke
might put it in
we,
front of the
we
YouTube.
broke reality.
Yeah, I might put
No,
it in front of the
oh
YouTube
God.
video. Um but
I don't
yeah,
I don't know how I did that. I
that was
genuinely have
weird.
no idea
It was
what
a weird
what went
glitch. It was a
wrong there.
weird like
Like I don't know
reality
what
graphic like gravity defying glitch. Like actually like made us question if we were supposed to be there to see it.
it was. Yeah, like there's no point getting into it, but
Yeah.
like when you hold a camera like this, you assume that you're shooting the thing that's
Yeah.
in front of you, and somehow I was shooting what was below me.
Yeah.
So like the speakers were record. I don't get it,
It's
dude. I
bad,
don't get
dude.
it.
If Apple has that camera angle, we didn't know they're cooked. We're cooked, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't a good. It really was not a good angle when it cut away the first time. But it's all good.
No, it wasn't.
We don't have to get it.
Anyway,
Okay.
this episode is going to be another one of my favorites. Honestly, my favorite maybe subgenre of a hero story episode, which is Tyler and Harper talk about nonsense for 2 hours
Talk
because it's
shit. Yeah.
always
Woo.
for some reason I check it. It's like we actually talk for 2 fucking hours. Sometimes
Which
Hunter and I
I
can't go.
literally can't. I can't do that today. I can't talk for 2 hours today. I can't. I can't do it.
Mhm.
And yet, check the runtime of this video.
No, literally, it's gonna be like 6 hours.
Do you want to see the Marvel Legends figure I bought
Yeah,
on
so Harper's
impulse
been
because I
telling
put
me
it?
that he has a Marvel Legends figure he bought. He's
I
buying
put in
Marvel
a.
Legends now.
I put in a silly. Well, like they're very specific. If I start buying all the Iron Mans, I'm gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
It would ruin me
You got to buy
forever.
Ron, not Rom, Space Knight.
You're gonna now when I show you this, you need to remember that this was like a fuck around and find out. I put a fuck around bid in and I won it, and I was like, oh, okay. So I'm not upset about it.
Let me guess. Is it an Iron Man character?
It's not.
Is a Daredevil character? It's armored Daredevil,
It's Black Armor
black
Daredevil.
armored Daredevil. Okay, all right. It's an interesting
And
one.
I, and I was like, okay, all right, I'll take it.
Apparently, it's a good figure. I don't have that. It came
Yeah.
in like a
No,
Spider-Man retro wave from like
yes.
2020, which was why it was really difficult to find. But it's got that
You have
unmasked
my
Matt
grail.
Murdock head though.
It's a
Yeah, so
good head.
I do have your holy grail. Yeah, the VHS Spider-Man 90s
It
animated
just
series
looks so
Daredevil.
good. And you've
Yeah.
got the Hydra Man that comes with it, which is my real grail.
Yes, exactly. My grail is they made a 2-pack of like Kirby, Giant Man, and the Wasp. And like
Oh,
from the original Avengers lineup. And I'm like, these are the only two Avengers that I don't have in like a classic form. And oh my god, dude, it's like hundreds of dollars. I
right.
remember it's one of those things where it's like
Oh,
I
you've got the
saw it.
Mezco Fantastic Four, though, don't you?
No, I don't. I wish I did. Are you kidding me?
Oh, oh,
No.
oh! I'm back.
Okay, another cutaway.
You ready for this? You ready for this?
Yeah, sure.
What characters were in the two pack?
The Wasp and Giant Man.
This is like that time they made the two pack of the Wasp and Giant Man. That's the joke.
I don't like this power you have now. I don't know if I like it. Was that funny?
I think people are
Was
gonna
that a
love it.
joke?
I've been gone for 3 weeks. They would
It's
love it. They're
true.
lapping it
That's
up. They're
true.
like,
That's
mm.
true. Um,
Oh,
but yeah.
so let's start right off the bat. Piece of
Okay.
information that Mr. Harper learned during the week is that Superman starts debuting in Australia on July the 3rd, and I have tickets for July the 3rd, which is a week before
That's
Tyler
crazy.
and Hunter get to see it.
Do you
And
I'm
do you know that? No, but do you know the craziest part about it too?
what?
I was lying.
You
I
really?
made it up. I
You made that
photoshopped
up?
it. I photoshopped
Oh
it.
wow, you mother. Oh, you
So
know,
I took the, it says July 10th there. I
you
went to the
just
Jurassic World one
you
and it
son
says
of a bitch.
July
That makes
3rd.
a lot of. Why didn't
And
even
I
have thought about
merged them
that?
together and I was just, and I just let it go for the day. I had before, like I had this clip ready, like the, we made it up. I had that clip ready to go, and I was like, "No, I'm seeing Tyler on the
You son
podcast
of a
tomorrow. I'll tell
bitch.
him in person." No, I have no idea when I'm seeing Superman. I'm not seeing it a week
Because
early.
I
You're
actually was
safe. You're
thinking
safe.
about it, and I was like, why would he buy tickets so early? He never does that. Like, and especially for Superman, he would never do that for Superman.
Yeah.
That was like what was in my head. Okay, yeah,
I was like,
I've been
"What?"
not been
Yeah, no,
fibbed upon.
no. It's July 10th.
Well, Superman tickets did go on sale. I got tickets to the early screening. What is it? July 8th,
8th. Yeah.
Tuesday, and the movie comes out Friday. You know what I think. Everyone knows what I think. I can't wait for this fucking movie.
Mm.
I'm very excited. I think it's gonna be good. There was the new trailer that came out with it where there's a lot, there's a lot of weird shit going on. There's so much weird nonsense
Yeah. Yeah.
overflowing every shot.
Mm.
And it does get to a point where like I'm excited for this movie. I really want to see it, but I'm like, what is all this
What
nonsense?
is this
Like,
about?
what is
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
this like? There's so many there's so many gizmos and like different monsters and like there's
Do you
so much
believe the
going on.
report that it was like, it was
Split
like
up by
a
days.
day, it's split up by days and it was a thing? And then
Um,
they've, because that would
no,
make a lot of sense in terms of some of the random stuff. You'd be like, oh,
yeah,
okay, well, like
this
this
is
is
just a
random because
day.
this was day one and this was day three.
Yeah,
I don't I don't think James Gunn was like, I'm gonna make, like, we're doing Superman. It's the first movie in the DCU. Let's make it like weird and unconventional in a way that's gonna
yeah, I
make
don't think so.
audiences be like, what is this? You know what I
I think
mean?
about that too, where I'm like, I think James, like, as much as it's going to be a James Gunn Superman, I also think that that he's probably smart enough to know that he's got to like play the hits a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah. And
that's like
restrain
it's what
like the
Zack Snyder
weirdest shit.
didn't do. Like Zack Snyder went full auteur with Superman, and I think you can't do that. Even if it works, you can't really do that.
Mm.
Um, but there is a lot of weird stuff in that trailer.
Yeah.
There is a lot of junk. There's
I
Baby
got two
Joey,
things.
Mephisto,
Oh
or no,
yeah,
I said
yeah.
Mephisto, Metamorpho's kid,
Is there?
Metamorpho's kid.
This is almost
Um,
like that time. No, I don't have the camera set.
thank God, Jesus. um, there is what else is in that trailer? I mean, Lex threatening to kill Superman's parents, which I
Oh
enjoy.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Metropolis
yeah.
is opening up. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a lot
that
going
was my
on.
girlfriend's biggest takeaway from the new trailer. She was like, "Oh, he looks so good as Lex." I was like, "Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
he
fuck
does look good
yeah!"
as Lex. Yeah.
Nicholas Holt. Second, he's been bald twice now, and the first time was in the best movie ever made. So now, what does that
Yep.
mean for this? What does that mean for this?
It's got to be the other best movie ever made.
It's got to be the other best movie ever made. I have two things,
Two
right?
things.
And you can't, you're not allowed to shout at me while I say them. One, glad they fixed the coloring because it looks way better. As far as that little TV spot goes, and I can't believe you're actually biting your tongue. You're
No, no, no.
giving me the
I was.
time. I could say anything. Um, like there was a TV spot that came out, and it looked like they'd removed all the weird blue tinge thing that was going on that made it look like an early 2000s Underworld sequel. And then this new trailer came out, and the whole trailer was like that. I mean, it still has sort of weird, vibrant, like retro future kind of colors. It kind of reminds me
Mhm.
of Fantastic Four, the way like the suits are sort of color timed.
There's a lot of
Um,
browns and yellows, and like in
a
the
lot of
crowds
browns and
especially.
yellows and like cyan sort of blue, like
Yep.
that's how blue comes through, which I like. I mean, it's as comic booky as comic booky can
It's
be,
like
and I
it's
respect that
sort of like the
massive.
color of his suit.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. I like that a lot. And the fact that they've clearly, like, who knows? For all we know, this was always the plan, and like that was just how they had the footage for the trailers, and it was edited for the trailers, and now they've
Mhm.
made it the way that it looks for the movie. Or they saw people going, "Why is this fucking blue? Why does everything have like a weird blue outline on it? It looks
Mhm.
weird." And they went, "You know what? They're right.
It's
Let's change it to make it look a
I
bit
guess
more
it
cinematic and a
could
bit
be that.
more earthy."
It could
Because
be
this
that
for
because
me, these
of
last couple things feel more, and like maybe this is a silly comparison because I don't even like care about these movies on like a massive emotional level, but this feels now more like the Raimi Spider-Man movies, like tangible Earth kind of colors, where I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
think that's what they're
I
going
feel the
for.
reality of it.
I think this is a Raimi Spider-Man movie. I think that this is what
Yeah.
that's what this is going to be like.
But yeah, I like that a lot because I don't like so I think there is a time and a place for like the drowned out colors. I don't necessarily have a problem with it, and I also
Yeah.
don't look at like every Marvel movie that's kind of gray and go like, oh, it's so gray. But you do
Yeah, like
notice
I
when
don't
like
really care. Like I know
no,
that's
like
not the right thing to say, but like when I'm swept up, it's like the third or fourth thing I'm thinking about, you know?
oh yeah, no. And once
Unless
it's
it
one of
looks like
those things that
shit.
once
Unless it looks like Ant-Man
unless
3.
yeah, unless it's obvious like I like my worst example is like the Saw movies. Like I think they look like shit, but also if I
Hmm.
watch a Saw movie like 10 minutes in, I'm like I'm watching a Saw movie. Like
Yeah.
it's beyond my mind at that point. Like I am in it. And I will be that way in the cinema, I'm sure. But also, I'm sorry, but the just the way this movie is shot just still looks bad to me. It just looks
Hmm.
fucking cheap as ball. And it looks it's like my brain can't fucking like put it together because like one shot I'm like, God, that looks so cheap, that looks awful. And then like the next shot is like Superman flying and like the CGI is so amazing, but like the shot is the same. And I'm like, is that a real guy? Like how, you know what I mean? Like, because it looks exactly the same as all the other shots, except that's a CGI man flying.
Hmm.
And I don't know what to feel about it. Like I'm really hoping I sit in the cinema, I'm 10 minutes in, and I'm just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, I get the vibe it's going for. But in the trailers, I'm like, this looks
It
like a
does
TV show.
like have you seen the trailer before any movies?
I saw the teaser before a couple. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It feel you get a certain feel for it in like the movie theater. I think I because like on my phone, I don't know, it doesn't feel the same. You
I
know
probably
my
not because
argument. You know the argument I always have
oh
about movie theaters and whatnot.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's
No, no.
probably
But
made for
also
that
the
gigantic
teaser.
screen.
The teaser is not the like if I'd seen one of the full trailer, like the full trailer or this trailer
Yeah,
in the cinema, I think that would probably go a long way in convincing me. But that teaser was so just like chopping through a bunch of things and never really getting a grounding on like
yeah,
what it because it was a teaser and that's fair enough.
and it
So
worked.
I
It
probably didn't
teased
get the I feel like that shot of him being like, "Hey, buddy, eyes up here," and then flying off, like, because I love that shot that pulls up
camera.
with
Yeah,
him up the build. I think that's fucking so
sick.
cool. I have not seen that trailer in a cinema, and I
And
think
me
that would
neither.
be
I'm
like,
like,
oh,
yeah,
that's
no, me too.
cool.
I'm like,
Always the
fucking want
fucking
it.
teasers.
The
Yeah.
um the shot I really like in this new trailer was the it was like the shot of him flying around and the fire was following him and
Is
whatnot.
this
Not that
one?
one. Not that one. Not at the camera. Though I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with that one, but the one where he's like it's he's in the middle of the frame and he's flying around all the fire and whatnot that the dragon or
Mm.
whatever is spitting out.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like the movements he's doing. I like a Superman who knows how the fuck to fly.
Yeah, no, like I fully expect that the action stuff in this movie is actually going to be sick because
Yeah.
all we seem to be seeing from these trailers is it's Superman flying around, punching a thing, grabbing a
Yeah,
thing, throwing a
throwing
thing. Like
shit at it, saving
he's doing all the
people.
stuff. Yeah, and like that is like
That
I
that
feel like
I don't know.
it's
The Guardians one shot in the last movie like is like I we James Gunn was never really known for action scenes in his movie. It was like they were fun or
yeah.
whatever, but like name a thing that happens in Guardians 2 action wise. Maybe besides the Arrow Yondu
Oh
escape
no,
or whatever.
I like the fight at the end
Pac-Man?
with Ego and Peter Quill. That's a
All
pretty
right,
good
yeah,
fight
yeah.
because
Yeah,
I
it's
like it
cool.
because it is a Superman fight though
Yeah,
too. They're
that's
throwing each
true.
other around and flying.
But because I the one I because when they do the hallway scene in Guardians 3, I remember like that scene is fucking
Mm.
amazing. The
Hmm.
one shot. It's one of those scenes where
Yeah, it
like
is.
if I ever see it pop up like scrolling or something, like I'll watch the
Is that
entire
Beastie
scene.
Boys?
Yep.
Beastie
I'll
Boys.
watch the
Mm.
entire scene every single time, dude. I love that
Yeah,
scene. And
that's
so
good.
I have faith that there's a lot of I mean, you could do an infinite number of cool things with Superman's abilities, you know?
If you think that hallway fight's good, you should see Daredevil Born Again season one, episode one.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do a cutaway again.
Oh no.
I got scared. Do you see me go, oh
You should
no.
see Daredevil. No, no, no. It's fine. It's fine. I won't do it.
Oh god. I don't like that. But yeah,
um,
I'm excited for Superman. He shared some new
you
information
know,
about
like
Superman. But what?
I think like you know, like you are obviously over the moon about it. I said this in the group chat the other day. I can't believe that you were like, David Corenswet is like that's the guy I want to play Superman
Yeah,
like 3 years ago.
five
And it's
years ago at
just
this
like
point, dude.
five years ago.
It
Yeah.
was during lockdown. I remember I was with my friend,
It's yeah,
and I
that
said
is insane.
the first time I ever saw him, I said that guy looks just like Superman. I guarantee he's going to play
Mm,
Superman one day. And then I started watching that show
that's
in like hopes of if he plays Superman, I want to be fucking right about this. Like
yeah,
I had
I
so much
did.
faith in that.
I remember there was like that redhead kid that played like Brainwave or some shit on not Stargirl. You remember that? And people thought he was going to be Wally West for a while. And I
Okay,
like
yeah,
before the show came out, and I was like, oh man, like yeah, like I so see like Wally West in this kid, absolutely. And then the show came out, and he was just a random guy, and I was like, fuck. But like this is the equivalent of that, but on a Superman level, and you
yeah,
called it, and it's happening, and it's
and it's
James Gunn.
happening, and I
Look,
wanted it. Like when I saw Pearl, like half of Pearl is
mm,
me watching it going, David Cornsweet playing like a country
he's the
hick.
Man of Steel. Nothing could ever bad could ever
And
happen to
yeah,
him.
no, yeah, exactly. He's invincible, clearly. But
Yeah,
just thinking like this guy is literally auditioning for Superman in this movie, you know? And then there's
yeah.
videos of people like telling him that he looks like Superman. He's like, oh, I would like to play Superman one day. That'd be cool.
Stop it. Yeah.
Did you ever see when he got cast? Somebody tweeted
Oh,
he went,
Twister. Is it the Twisters behind the scenes?
no. When
Oh,
he, no,
I was
no,
gonna say
that was
because
a cool video though.
I love that video. They're like,
Yes, that's our
"Woo, that's our
Superman.
Superman!"
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I
But
love that shit.
somebody said he went to Juilliard, right? And somebody said that he used to be maybe like
Really
an
hard.
RA there. And when
Mm.
they got into the school, he like they ran into each other at the door. And the guy said, "Oh, we're so good. We got Superman on our floor." Like somebody said that to
Oh
him,
my
like
god,
when he was an RA. I'm like, yeah, because he just looks like Superman, and
that's like
he's
what.
it's like 6'4",
When
you
I
know?
grew up, when I was in high school, there was like an internet rumor that was well, not a rumor. It was like people presented it as though it was a fact, and it was just the most obviously fake thing. It was like RDJ, like in high school, like used to be a bully, and one day he bullied a kid and smacked
It
like
turned
a
out to be
piece of paper out of
Eminem.
his hand. And it turned out that that was an Iron Man comic, and that was the first time that he'd ever heard of Iron Man. And I was like, "No, the fuck,
No,
that did not happen.
that was
That
pre
did
AI.
not happen."
How? How
Yeah,
did a
like
robot
no.
not come up with that?
No, that's ridiculous,
Yeah.
man.
Um.
He bullied a kid that reading Iron Man, and then he went, "Oh, that's what Iron Man is.
So
That's
Iron Man
absurd."
is sick, huh?
Yeah,
But
hope I
I don't
play
think he
him
knew
one
anything
day.
about Iron Man before he got cast. There's not a
No,
single. There's
no,
not a
and
way.
also like I
There's,
think I've told you
who
this
cares?
before.
Yeah.
I think a Charlie Cox kind of person that gets Marvel Unlimited and reads fucking every issue of Daredevil and whatever. I think that's sick. I think that's awesome, and I like the fact that like that guy has ownership over the character. He gives
Yeah.
a fuck. But I also, if someone's playing fucking like if Will Poulter didn't read a single Adam Warlock related comic, I don't give a fuck.
No,
Like,
yeah,
you
I
know
don't
what I
care.
mean?
Yeah,
Like, who
who does care?
cares?
I don't get it. It's like
No, it doesn't. No,
it's the same thing with Star Wars, where it's like they don't know that they so they're telling me that they don't know the name of the original. You know, it's like I don't. Who cares,
Mm.
dude? You're here to say
It's
your
also
lines.
my like most hated thing ever. Okay, maybe not. There's probably like
There's some bad
400
stuff
things.
going on, man.
There's a lot of bad stuff. Yeah. We are the gore. The galaxy is watching.
Yeah.
Um, like
Jesus Christ.
when actors post with like a comic book as though they're reading it,
Yep.
and I just every time that pisses me off to no end. I don't
What
know
about
what.
the
The
Doctor
only one I've
Strange
ever
one?
no, that is what I was going to say. The time
Yeah.
that Benedict walked into that comic book shop in New York and like got up next to the that is cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
But like just someone sitting on a couch being like, just reading a bit of all new Hawkeye. I know you fucking think. What are you
No,
talking
you
about?
weren't. No,
Stop
you
it! I
weren't.
don't care. No,
Yeah.
you don't care.
Yeah. But or you know who's a good example of like a Charlie Cox type though? And who apparently was a big fan beforehand, but Rob Pattinson.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
And Andrew Garfield
Shaman
as
is
well was a bit of
crazy.
a fan
Yeah,
as
yeah, but
well.
like when
No,
Rob
yeah,
Pattinson
Rob's
goes, my
was
favorite Batman story is
specific. Yeah.
Batman Shaman. I'm like, whoa, what the
Whoa.
what?
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
dude, Shaman's a good one.
That's
Shaman is a
almost
good one.
like that time Rob Pattinson was cast in the DCU.
I don't like this. You're appealing too much to the visuals here. This ain't a movie, brother. This is a podcast.
Okay. Are we gonna out Hunter because Hunter's
Why?
lied to us about our streaming numbers for so long, and
That's
turns out
true.
YouTube people love it. So
People do love the
this
YouTube. That's
one's for
true.
you guys. This one's for the YouTube
Um,
audience. Hey guys, welcome back to A Hero Story. I'm your boy Josh Harper. Today, joining me is Tyler Torres. We're going to lock in for another hour of movie news. So make sure you like and subscribe and keep up with the content. And also make sure you ring that bell. All right, back to the video. How was that?
I didn't like that, but we
Okay.
can put that at points. We could put that like maybe that could be the bumper on like an Instagram reel.
And maybe not. Maybe not.
At the
You know
end of
what's
every Instagram reel.
what's crazy is like when it's you and I or like when it's the group and stuff, like we talk this level. And
Yeah.
I think Hunter, you and I mean JD definitely not, but like you guys have like the base level of talking. I don't know if it's because I'm a teacher, but like that there, I reckon I could do that for an hour and a half for an episode.
Yeah,
And
no,
be like,
never.
all right, we got another comment coming in from and like keep up the fucking the bullshit
You got to do
radio
some
announcer
live
stuff. I think I
streaming,
could do it.
dude.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, Fortnite. Superman's back there.
It's almost
Superman's
like that. No. Fuck, I gotta edit that Fortnite video. Yeah.
yes.
Sorry.
At some point, that's got to come out. Yeah.
Leave a comment if you want the Fortnite video.
I think they do. Superman.
Oh.
James Gunn said some other stuff about Superman.
Oh, what did he do
He's
this
been
time?
Superman for
Oh
three
no.
years, which is longer than you'd think, but it's a big
Okay.
job to have for only
Yeah.
3 years.
He's been the Superman for 3 years, James
Yeah,
Gunn.
yeah, no, yes, he did reveal that, but that's also
That's
separate.
interesting.
He's so
Dude,
narcissistic.
I swear to God, like I thought
That's
you
what
just
you
meant
thought.
like no, I like that was the joke one. My actual thought was, oh, he meant David Corn Sweat, and David Corn Sweat's like been like
Cast
since
for three
casting to
years.
this movie, yeah, has
No,
been no, you mean in
in
universe has been
universe,
super.
Kal El
Yeah,
has been Superman
sorry.
for 3 years.
Okay, sure, yeah. I don't care.
Yeah, me neither. It's like
I don't fucking care.
he's still a rookie.
Whatever.
I mean, Superman that we know has
Yeah.
been doing it for 80 years, even though it's only been, a
Yeah.
10 or whatever. It's still been 80. Um,
I think three
yeah.
is not rookie. I think three is like on the cusp. Like
Three's confident, but he's still
I
he's
think
still green. I mean, the universe is entirely green.
I think 3 years in Superman should be like talking to the Justice League. I think that they should start forming, and he's been Superman for 3 years.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I don't know
Can
when
I
they
ask
form
you
Superman.
if
Yeah.
oh, it's just going to be if the post credits of this scene actually was like Rob, what would you do?
Yeah, I don't here. The issue is I don't know, and I'm upset about it,
We
but
know there's a post credits.
I
He's
don't know
like
if I
we
would
know
make
there
it
is
out
one.
of the theater. I might die on the seat. And I'm like, but that sucks because then I wouldn't get to see that movie.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like, what if that is the reason they've been so like Batman 2's been so fucked around and they haven't told us anything
Yeah.
about DCU Batman? What if it does happen?
Wouldn't it be funny though? Would it not be better if, because Rob hasn't filmed anything in 5 years for the Batman or whatever,
Yeah.
literally. What if it was like a post credit scene, but it was like Oz Cobb in Gotham or something?
Actually,
Because they
would it
filmed because
wouldn't
they
be
could have
it
filmed
wouldn't
that
be that
last year,
bad.
dude. Imagine it's Colin Farrell going, "Hey, this Superman guy,
Who's
he's
this
got
a
a big
fucking
head."
Superman?
Dude, that
Hey
would be the
Vic!
great
Oh no.
that would be the
What?
best post credit scene of all time, actually, because that confirms it. That would
Yeah.
confirm it,
Yeah, it
but it would
would.
also like leave stuff to. I don't know. That
Yeah.
that's what I want. I want the Penguin in his room, checking his iPhone, reading the news of the movie, going, "The Superman jerk off." He's
Yeah.
whatever.
Like imagine like the like the movie's called
Audiences what he rubbed.
Superman, dude. Yeah, Superman. The end credits is Ozcop. That would be
Yeah,
the funniest post credits in history. I would
yeah.
stand up and applaud if it was
I would.
fucking
Yeah, no, me
Ozcop
too,
in
dude.
it.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
3 years Superman. I mean, Penguin's only been doing it for what, a week? So
This is
Batman's
looking like a
2 years
dawn of
Batman.
justice.
Dude, come on, 2 years Batman, 3 years Superman.
Tyler, I'm telling you, I don't know. The last time I was on this show, I think I nearly crashed out just
Yeah, I
talking
know.
about making a Batman thing. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
make
just
that
do
one.
it.
I want that one.
I want
Also,
that one.
James Gunn said that, and this is kind of interesting. I don't really know what this means. That the universe, the characters, like the world of the new DCU has been aware of superheroes and magical and shit for 300 years.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's been
I don't know.
300. I
That's
don't know.
weird.
I don't know what that necessarily means because in my head, if you say that, it's like, okay, well, the entire world is different,
The entire
right?
world is different, and also the entire world would see a Superman and be like, "Oh yeah, it's a guy with
Well, that's
powers."
what, but James, because he said that, he said it's like, uh, if you were to see, he said, if you were to see like King Shark walking down the hall, the fucking sidewalk in real life, you would be unbelievably appalled. It'd be the weirdest thing ever, obviously,
Yeah.
right? But he said it's more akin in the DCU to like seeing a celebrity, where it's like, I know that
Mm.
superheroes and stuff exist, but I don't ever actually expect it to cross paths with me.
Oh, I
Um,
don't know about that. I don't know
yeah, it's
about that,
interesting. I
man.
don't
I don't
know,
know.
but I also I think we've said this before. I think it's fun if superheroes existed, and Superman is not necessarily the first superhero in the universe, but he's
Mm.
the one that like represents it the best.
Who
You
would
know,
you want
where
to be the first ever superhero?
well, I mean, you would want it to be Superman, really,
I was
right?
gonna what I've forgotten his name.
The Sentry
Alan, not I keep thinking Alan Grant, but that's Jurassic Park.
and writer of Batman,
Alan Scott? No, that's Adam Scott.
Alan for
Who,
the Green Lantern.
yeah, the Green Lantern.
Is that not Alan Scott?
Fuck man. Is it Alan
Oh no!
Scott?
Now I'm like, is it
Be
not?
like
Because
I
now I'm like, I know this character's name, but do I know this character's name?
so but point being like,
Alan
him and
Scott.
like
Yes, it
Jay
is Alan
Garrick
Scott.
and okay. I mean like
The Justice
JSA, like
Society.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I like the idea. This is obviously raised in Doomsday Clock that if the JSA existed before Superman exists, that means that the world is prepared for him. You
Mm,
know, where it's like it's a way bigger hurdle if you're Superman and you're the first ever superhero to come to light, because like people don't know who you are and they don't know what the kind of thing you are is. But
mm.
if the JSA existed, it's an easier path for Superman to be accepted. He doesn't have to
Yeah.
fight the barrier of superheroes exist in the first
And
place.
I guess like we're just skipping that part anyway because like he's been there for 3 years. Like people are
Yeah.
somewhat attuned and accustomed to the fact that like
It
this dude
seems like what
exists.
he's doing though is that he's in this movie he's breaking beyond the barrier of maybe Metropolis. Like maybe he's never done anything outside of
People were
Metropolis.
going to
People
die.
are gonna die. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. But
Oh,
yeah,
God.
he's like the idea that he's for the first time outwardly doing something, stepping in between like politics and the world, where
Yeah.
it's like, okay, this guy was cool when he stick to Metropolis and fought like Godzilla, but he can't do this on a global level. And he's like, yeah, but no, I can though. And even
Yeah.
if you say I can't, I will. Like, I like
But
that.
it's truth, justice, and the American
No, it's
way.
actually truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.
Oh God. Is
I
that
kind
what
of,
it is these days?
yeah,
Wow.
I kind of like it less, honestly. But you know what? That's a conversation maybe for a different
Whoa.
time.
Whoa.
Um,
I don't care
Superman.
either way. It's
I
nice.
also like that. I do like the idea of all the other superheroes, at least the ones in this movie, that are corporate and like bland
Yeah.
and
No, I
boring.
like
And I
that too.
like
Yeah.
that because the way they described it, James Gunn recently, he described it that like the Daily Planet crew are his play friends. Those are his actual friends,
Mm.
and the Justice Gang is what they're called. They are his work pals. He's like
They're not actually called the Justice Gang in the movie, are they?
they are. That is what they're called. Maxwell Lord's Justice Gang.
Oh, because it's
Um,
Maxwell. Actually,
yeah.
that I look, dude. I know it's in Peacemaker, and it probably won't. Actually, no, it probably will factor into this movie. But like, I like Sean Gunn this early.
As Maxwell Lord, sure, why not?
I don't know.
I don't
It's
have an issue with. I like the
here's the thing.
idea.
Sean Gunn is fine, and I just
Are you
like
saying it like via a nepotism thing?
what. Well, it is. Like
Yeah, no, I
it
know, but are
is.
you saying
That's
that's your
exactly.
issue with it?
No, the issue
Oh,
is
okay.
just more like I feel like it was just like they didn't even think about casting it. He just was like, oh well,
Sure, yeah, my brother.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
my
all right.
brother. And
But
I
I don't
just
really
like
have it. I don't think Maxwell Lord needs to be all that. I think people
no,
think
he
that
doesn't need to
Maxwell
be all
Lord
that, but it would be cool to make him
to do the full arc.
not no, just like make him, I don't know, an actor.
All right, I guess I don't know. I don't really have any.
Is Sean Gunn an actor?
I think so. Yeah,
Is he or is
only in
he
his brother's things. He's
a
in other
comedic
things.
is he a comedic prop?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I
Just
liked when
saying.
he was sad for Yondu in the
I
second
was gonna
movie.
say he's good in the Guardians
Yeah,
movies, but he's
so
also
I'll
like
accept him.
no one needs to be good. in the Guardians movies to be good. I mean, like Dave Bautista is great in those movies, and I've told you what I think of Dave Bautista. The man can't act.
That's wrong. What?
He just
He can
can't. He's just
act.
not very good.
He's the
No, he's
best
not
actor
good.
of all of them in the world.
He's the best one to ever do it.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
he's good, dude. You
we
don't like when
watched
he's
we
metal
watched
thumbs? He's metal
Metal
thumbnail?
Thumbs. Oh my God. He has one line in that movie
Shit.
and shit. And like the line delivery was so bad that I was like, oh man, come on. Like just
No,
shut
he's
up the whole
good. What
time.
about
He's bad.
he's
If you
in
say fucking Blade Runner, no,
Sapper Morton, yeah.
it's fine.
No, he's good. He's got them little
He's funny
glasses.
just going, that must be so impressive. Like
Even
he
my
can't
butt
like
knows how to make a metaphor. Yeah.
that's what I mean. He's good at acting when it's just saying dumb things. I think that's all
I
of those
think he's a
movies.
good actor. I think he's a good actor. Um,
I like him as a dude. He seems cool, but yeah,
yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Justice Gang, you don't like it? You
No,
like
well,
how
the
it
fact
says
that it's Maxwell
JG
Lord.
on their thing and
Oh,
people
that's
thought it
why.
was
No,
for
it's
James
okay.
Gunn?
That is funny. I did like his response. He's like, okay, but like I directed the movie. Like I
My
don't
name is
need
in
to
the
do that.
credits,
Oh yeah, like
is what he
I've
said.
made it's
It says
my
written and
movie. I'm not.
directed by James Gunn. I don't need my
Yeah.
like the characters in the movie to wear my initials.
I
Um,
think I think it being Maxwell Lord's like Justice Get
yeah, it's
that
not the
works for
actual
me.
Justice League. They didn't
Yeah.
form because they actually believe in good. They're all paid to
Yeah,
do
no.
this. I like and
That's
I
fine.
it seems like Mr. Terrific is like the only one like I mean it's interesting, right? Because I guess Guy Gardner is used to being a tool, literally.
I was a big fan of the finger
um
flips, big fan.
yes, the middle
I
finger
like that
flips.
a
But
lot.
he says like he's used to being like just having to listen to orders. I mean, being a Green Lantern, being doing whatever he does, right? So he's just settled into that role of being the douche on
Mm,
the team that doesn't ask questions. And then it looks like Mr. Terrific is, I guess, it seems like he's doing more outward, like his own thing, you know, because he's
mm.
got scenes with Lois and whatnot, which look kind of interesting. But
Lois.
it's yes, but he's also one of the smartest guys in the world, and so he could really do whatever he wants, I guess. And then it seems
Yeah.
like Hawk Girl is maybe like
Seems
the new
today that all you see is
is
violence in
violence in
movies.
movies and sex on TV. Yeah, no, I know. It's where are those good old fashioned values?
Good old fashioned values on which we used to rely.
No more. Hawk
No
Girl.
more.
Hawk Girl. She's a
Lucky
noob.
there's a family guy.
God, this guy.
You really don't like
What do
it,
you
do
think of
you?
Superman punching that guy's teeth out? Do you think Superman
Oh,
should never
look.
be that brutal?
Oh
that's
no,
what
I don't
that's
give a
what nerds on the
shit,
oh
dude.
my god, it's really making me mad. Like the nerds that want him to just be like, ooh woo, I went like this, I flicked him.
It
No,
really
he
it's
can
in two
punch a
camps.
guy.
It's either like no, he actually didn't kill that guy when he threw him through that concrete fucking wall. No, he
Yeah,
adjusted his body so actually he took
no, he
the
killed
no, he
that guy.
did not.
That
He
guy
did
was
not.
dust.
But also like punched a couple that guy can get those replaced. He can afford to do that.
Yeah, exactly, and he can pull his punch. You know, if
Also,
he's
like, am I crazy or would Superman not laser that big kaiju's head off?
he probably wouldn't. He doesn't like to kill
He wouldn't just
anything.
laser it.
No, you know Henry Cavill probably would.
Well, that's Superman in
But
my mind.
yeah, but I don't
Like,
know. Henry Cavill would
where
have
is
Henry
his
Cavill would have like flown through it, and in the
like
process,
where's
his
his
thing would have fell.
life
And
preservation is what I mean. Like he wouldn't
no, yeah, he
like
would. He would put it in
rip
the. He would
Brainiac's
put
head
it.
off.
No, he would put it in the
The
zoo.
robot.
In he would not kill the Brainiac robot if it was the last Brainiac. I don't think. If it was like the only Brainiac that
Oh
was
my
left, I don't
God.
think he would.
This
But I don't.
fucking Boy Scout.
But I
Do you
don't
remember
think
that
that
time that
that
Iron Man
means
goes and kills a bunch of terrorists and
yes.
realistically solves none of the conflict
That's
because
kind
all
of
he
what
did was just
Superman's
kill
doing in
people?
this, huh?
That's what Superman should do. But he should go over there and kill
Kill them. Yes, exactly. Well,
yeah.
I got a movie for you, man. I got a movie for you.
Oh, dude, really?
Where he goes to the
Just
Middle East and he
please
kills
tell
some
me,
people. Yeah.
please tell me his best friend gets like executed in like the
Hell
first
yeah.
5 minutes.
So the guys he killed
Oh,
deserved it. Um, more DCU
please
stuff.
tell me that universe ends with like the concrete knowledge that one day he's gonna be evil and murder everyone.
Yes, and never change. Yeah. And they would never change the world back. And it'll end completely with a joke with a riff on Iron Man from Iron Man 1
That's
from
so
Aquaman. Yeah, great universe.
that's
That's what we
so
want
good.
back. Fucking idiots. But James Gunn got to chatting. Now I'll get to this other news first actually. Mr. Miracle show today
Mm.
revealed Tom King and Mitch I gotta, you know what? I'm gonna play the voice note that Hunter sent me because I think he did talk
Yeah,
about this. He talked about something else as well, but he did talk about this. Hunter could not be on the pod today, so he sent a voice message. Here we go. Settle in for some
he's
for
in
the
prison.
worst co-host.
Yeah,
Hey, it's Hunter here. Sorry I can't be on the podcast this week. I just wanted
we
to
know.
send this voice message to give thoughts on two pieces of news that came out this week. Invincible Versus looks really cool. It's cool that the developers are using like fighting game professionals and fighting game
He
users.
said it wasn't.
It gives me a lot of hope that this game will actually be
I think it
really
looks
good
bad.
and really competitive and last for years to come. I just don't think Invincible was the right IP for this. I feel like all the characters fight too similarly for this to
Yeah,
be kind of like a diverse
it's like
cast of characters as far as
30
moveset
Supermans.
goes, but we'll see. Mr. Miracle show looks awesome. I love that. Well, it sounds awesome. I mean, I love that Miss Jarrett's is involved. It's cool to see that the DC universe isn't just some comic book writers and then a bunch of Hollywood writers. We're bringing in comic book artists as well to work on these projects. So yeah, I'm excited. Also, is Luke Cage the best part of the Defenders Netflix series? Like, is he like he's not the protagonist per se, but is he the best part?
Um, I like him a lot. Maybe. I think Jessica Jones isn't probably the best part of any
Uh,
of those shows.
I was gonna say I mean, I think Matt is
Like
probably
we answered
like
that like it was
genuinely,
like
and
a
like
fan
I know
question.
it's biased, but I think Matt is genuinely like the clear best, and I think Jessica is great, and I think Luke is great. I think they're all like I think they're all great except for Iron Fist. It's like
Yeah. He's trying
not
to
that
get us. He's
crazy.
trying to. He's trying to bait us into saying something not woke. We would never. We're woke on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Which means we have to denounce this Mr. Miracle show because of Tom King's involvement.
Yeah. Dude,
uh,
I got a message from like a friend of the show, and he like his reaction to the Mr. Miracle thing was a photo where one side was
yes,
Tom King's
I
face and
saw
the
it.
other side was Adolf Hitler.
Hitler. Yeah,
Like
get.
I'll be honest. Maybe I'm ignorant to like I don't I know people don't like Tom King and they think like he did stuff. I don't know what he did and I don't really get it. Educate me, go for it. But I was just like, is he
Um,
Hitler bad? Like that can't be
I
right.
mean, listen, God, let's slightly get into it.
Oh
Tom King,
God.
listen, we love Tom King. We had him on the podcast. He was a nice guy.
Isn't there like the
He was in
CIA or something,
he was in
right?
the CIA. He's said to, and by this I mean said to, he said it that he was involved in the planning of the invasion of Iraq in 2003 by the U.S. military. Right at 20 something years old, which
That
is
was
not
completely justified too,
which
wasn't
God, which was not great. Bad war,
it?
killed a lot of people,
Okay,
and
okay.
we lost a
Yeah.
lot of just American brownie points from that war specifically.
Oh,
Um,
America losing brownie points for involving themselves in fucking something that
yep.
doesn't that's interesting.
And so Tom
That's
King had a hand in that, and he's not like, and
okay.
he's not looking back at it badly. Like he writes these books about how I think he feels bad. I think that's the subtext of a lot of his
Yeah,
books is that
right.
um it's someone. I mean, especially Mr. Miracle, dude, where it's like I got out of the war, but I have to go back into the war and do bad things, and I'm depressed. I try to kill myself because of it.
Mm,
Like that is totally
mm.
PTSD based on his experiences. I don't think it's fair to say that Tom King is a bad guy or should die or even killed anybody. We don't know anything. Okay. And
No, it's
that's
God.
what I want to
That
say.
is
I don't know.
that's more complex than it. Like all
You
I
can
knew
have
that he
your
was
opinion on
in.
him, but I don't think it's really, you can't really say he's Hitler, dude.
Hitler's. That is a crazy comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, that is a thing that I think requires a bit more thought. Probably not on this
Yes.
podcast.
It's I don't
I think
know.
that that's
You can have your opinion, but I also just think like it's based on his book. Of course
yeah.
he's going to be
Look.
involved.
I think. Gee, that's complicated. Because I think I
It's a bit of a
generally
jar of
with that kind of
pickles.
stuff, I fall usually like in my sort of values, like I tend to fall on the side of probably the people that are critical
Yeah.
there, because I definitely have those feelings, and we're definitely seeing shit like that in this year.
Yeah.
But also we spoke to Tom King and he was nice, so now I'm conflicted. I'm like, oh damn, am I
Yeah,
complicit?
it's a I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what anybody expects
Yeah,
to happen. He's not
that's
going to
it.
get fired. I don't know what anybody.
Yeah, that's complicated.
It's
That's one of
complicated,
the
but I don't
God.
know. I'm fine. I'm okay with liking Tom King. I don't think it makes me a bad person or anybody else a bad person.
Mm.
So I'm going to say that I'm excited for the show. because I like that
I'm gonna
comic.
say that I don't give a fuck anyway because I'm not gonna watch it and I haven't read the book. And I
Yes,
probably won't.
yeah, there you go. But the other main DCU thing that was revealed this week was that James Gunn said that they are currently writing a Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Really?
I'm just putting it out there. It's
I
not
think
happening.
I think this one will happen. I think they have to do Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
Do you want to bet?
No.
Okay. Because I'm
Okay,
right about these things
but
most of the time.
I don't
Last time there
know.
was a Wonder Woman thing, it was a game, and I'm pretty sure I said that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
And
that
what
made me
happened?
sad.
What happened?
Didn't happen. God damn it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't really know how you make a new Wonder Woman movie or what it's about. I mean, I don't think I love that character,
Bix.
but yes, obviously she is the choice. Adria Arjona. She is the
I
choice.
like the
She
way you
is.
say that. Do you
I
want to
like
see?
saying
Do you
it.
want to hear my attempt? My attempt
Yeah.
at it?
Here we go.
Adria Jonah.
Adria Arjona. Yeah.
Yeah, do you like that?
But she would be great. Obviously, Bix from I almost said the Mandalorian from Andor. Um,
Oh god.
she'd be great. It's a lot of great choices. You know who would be good? You saw Furiosa, right? Furiosa's mom, Charlie Fraser.
Oh yeah, okay,
Um,
okay. Wow, that's
she's
fuck. Yeah, that's
she's
random ass, but
she's
yeah,
very
sure.
tall.
What about Anya Taylor-Joy?
Hell yeah. I'm trying to think of who else people have said. Melissa Barrera, she's one of the Scream. She's Jenna
Oh
Ortega's
yes,
sister.
yeah.
May Calamaui from Moon Knight. I mean,
Oh yeah, she's good.
Wonder Woman is one of those characters where I don't really have a picture of, or at very least, I think she can look any kind of way for the most
Mm,
part, right?
mm.
Um, so I don't really know who, and I don't really think
Are
race or
we
anything
gonna?
like
I
that
was
necessarily
gonna say, yeah. Are
matters.
we gonna like if she's anything but like paper white? Are we gonna get the Wonder Woman is woke thing as if
Yeah, no,
people like give
100%.
a shit?
Yeah, no,
As if they
100% we will, but
actually care.
that's the world now,
Oh,
unfortunately.
oh.
But I do think that like that Wonder Woman is a character that can probably be anything.
Hey,
I mean,
brother, I
obviously
just want to
she's
say, look,
Greek,
hey, but I just want to say,
and
look, you say it's the world, but also other parts of the world, including my own, literally went, actually, nah, we
no,
don't
you know
want
what?
that.
You guys are wrong. Fuck you guys.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. It's peaceful here.
It really, it fucking looks like it. But I'm excited for a Wonder Woman movie, and I hope they get Tom King to write it.
Wow, that's a hot
No, I
take. Did
don't.
you know he's a war criminal?
That's all actually. It's all I hear about. Um, I don't know. I think about like I'm like who do I want to direct this? Who would make a good Wonder Woman movie? First one that came to mind was Greta Gerwig, but she's doing
Mm.
fucking Narnia for on Netflix for some
Oh,
reason.
oh.
I don't even know. Get anybody. Get me. I'll do it. Get a male director. That's what I think. Get a male director for Wonder Woman. No, I'm kidding. Uh,
What about like a Luc Besson?
Not a good idea. I'll tell you
No,
right
not a
now.
good
Do
idea.
not put him around all those women.
No, do
No
not.
way.
What about an Eli Roth
You know, I also don't want him in that movie.
who said that a climate activist should be torn apart by cannibals?
Yes, he did say that about a different Greta.
He's I want to
Um,
yeah, that's true. I want to word that diplomatically. That guy's a cunt.
yeah, you know what? He would love. I
Such a
would
cunt.
guarantee he would sign on to this movie. If it was Gal Gadot, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. I think I think a Wonder Woman movie would be fun. I am excited for that. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I
Uh,
hope Rob is Batman. That's all I think about.
yeah,
Um,
that's it. That's it.
um. Oh, this is stupid, Harper. This is stupid. But I put it
I'm
here because it's
concerned.
funny. I don't know if you heard
Okay.
about this. This was this morning for me. You probably read this. Spaceballs 2.
Oh my God, yeah. And he's coming back. He's been retired for like
Yeah.
30
He's
years, is that
90
right?
something.
Is he really? I can't
Mel
find my phone because
Brooks.
it's
Mel Brooks is 90. I want to say he's like
let me
95.
just grab my phone.
Oh God. Mel Brooks is 98 years old.
And he's
He's
returning?
gonna turn 99 in 2 weeks.
How is how
He's gonna be
what are they
99. Dude.
supposed to do?
I read, is this true? Let me make sure that I actually saw this correctly because I think they said this movie was going to come out in 2027. He'd be 101.
He'll be dead. He'll probably be dead when the time it comes out.
2027. Dude.
That is that is insane.
Holy
All right, I need to
shit.
put it back to the other angle.
Oh my god, that's I didn't know he was in 98. I thought he was in early
That's
90s or something.
unbelievable. Is that
He's gonna
real?
put on green makeup and be yogurt or whatever. That's crazy. Yeah,
No way.
is that yes? That is the oldest a person has ever been. Yes.
That is, dude. That is crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh wow, everyone's wow. Okay, that's cool.
Bill Pullman. Yeah, people are coming back. It's gonna be cool. I mean, I guess it'll be cool. It's gonna be stupid. Why make a sequel to Spaceballs 40 years later? But that's what they're saying. So, yay.
That's that. Oh wow, it's everyone. Sorry, I'm just looking at the Google. Yeah, Bill
Yeah.
Pullman, Rick Moranis, and Lewis Pullman. That's awesome.
Oh, is it actually in
Rick,
Lewis Pullman?
yeah, Lewis Pullman as well. So
Is
when
it
was
going to
it?
be
What
a
was the
Star
last
Wars
movie?
sequel parody?
God, Mel Brooks, look at him.
Yeah. Is it going to be a parody of the sequels?
I don't, that's way too late for that. Surely, who cares?
No, people would eat that up. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I do. Okay, cool.
The
I'm glad.
sequels are like right.
So
You
is
know,
Mel Brooks actually directing it? Oh, he and Mel Brooks announced a Spaceballs sequel. What?
yeah, I don't know if he's directing it. I don't know if that's there, but he's going to be in it.
He's going to be in it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
He said he's going to return in it. Yeah.
Are you sure?
You can get 90-year-old Clint Eastwood to direct this. He said he would.
How did they get Rick Moranis back, dude? He was done. He was like, I'm never doing movies again.
Spaceballs.
Oh, actually, now that you say that.
Yeah, exactly. Think about that.
Oh my God, a not
Yeah. This
play
is crazy.
yogurt in Spaceballs. What the?
Yeah,
Sorry, that
Mel
has
Brooks will also
thrown
be
me.
featured in the cast, reprising his role as yogurt.
That's a lot.
a non-prequel, non-reboot sequel part 2, but with reboot elements franchise expansion film. That's what they've described it as.
I hope we get like an Amazon Prime show as well. That'd be
Yes, that'd be awesome actually. Yeah. The Book of Yogurt.
nice. That's the least convincing you've ever been.
Yeah, that would be
You're
awesome,
trying to
yeah.
be. Yeah,
Um
okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. I'm gonna stick this in there because this is Star something related. But did you see that Mia Goth is going to be in the new Star Wars movie?
Yes, I did.
What are your thoughts on that? She's going to fight Ryan Gosling. We got a literally me and a literally me, dude. We got both sides of the spectrum.
I just, you know my feelings on her.
Do
I
I?
like her. Yeah, because she's with Shia LaBeouf, and she's like,
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf's great, and I love him. I think he's awesome. And Shia LaBeouf
But
is the biggest piece of shit in
That's
history.
true, but she's also got his kid, doesn't she?
She does have a
she
kid.
speaks
Yeah, I
where
know.
she's
I know.
like,
But also,
Shia
wasn't she
LaBeouf
alleged?
She speaks kind of like that Tom Holland voice.
Didn't she like
Shia
assault
LaBeouf is the
people on the
greatest.
set of one of those fucking Pearl movies?
I think she did.
Maxine, she
kick
hit
someone's
someone.
head and gave him a concussion on
she,
Maxine.
I think
Yeah.
I genuinely think she is just like she's
What if she does that
Shia
to Ryan
LaBeouf, but
Gosling?
new and gut. Ryan Gosling will kill her.
Yeah, I like
He'll
Mia
do this
Goth. I
face.
forgot
He'll do
that
the
she
like-
kicked her in the head. I mean, listen, here's the thing: if she can, if Tom King can apparently kill millions of people, and I'm okay with it, I can also
Shit.
excuse Mia
No,
Goth kicking someone
I'm
in the
putting my
head.
foot
I
down.
guess.
I don't like either of those things, but also I don't have a vested interest in either of them. So
Yeah.
it's very easy for me to sit back and it's very easy for me, someone who has God, I don't want him to listen to this episode, but like someone who has historically been like, I think Tom King is whatever. It's
Yeah.
very easy for me to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
great. Yeah, you know what
Mia
though?
Goth as well.
I wish it
Care
was
about
Nora.
Star Wars stuff.
Should have been a Nora.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
It was a money thing for her. They were gonna pay her enough money. It's awesome.
Bit like, mad respect to her, bro. You won an Oscar and you turned
dope.
down Star Wars. I think that's sick.
Yeah, a slop Star Wars. God damn it, a
It could be
fake
good.
Star Wars. It cannot be good. Come on, it's Sean Levy. Like, what is it? Takes place after the Rise of Skywalker.
Brother, I'm telling you that all the Star Wars spin-off stuff has been better than the Star Wars sequel.
I don't know.
Stuff
I don't know that
anyway,
they're.
so
But I'm actually think I'm at the phase where I don't know if they're ever going to make a good Star Wars movie again.
movie.
It's going to be a movie.
No, I definitely think they will make a solo level Star Wars movie again. 100%.
So a fine, a passable Star Wars
Yeah,
movie.
I like Solo. I like it a lot. But like, yeah, not my
Yeah.
favorite movie of all time or anything.
But they're never gonna make a good Star Wars again, like a great Star Wars again. I don't think they
You
have it in
say
them.
that, no offense, but have they ever? Like,
They
yes,
made
they
like
have, but
one or
have
two.
they? They made like, yeah, one or two.
They made one or two Star Warses that I like without caveats, or with
Yeah.
least amount of caveats, at
Are you
least.
out of your Star Wars phase? I feel like I haven't heard
No,
about
I'm
it this
still,
week.
I'm
Still in
still,
it?
yeah,
All right.
I'm in probably first quarter of Dark Force Rising.
Dark Force Rising. That's my least favorite. It's Sean's favorite.
Yeah,
It
I mean, this is what
it
I'm
has
doing now.
middle. It has like the
Middle chapter
middle
energy.
part. Yeah, massively. Where it's like,
Mm.
okay, that
Yeah,
went
I
somewhere.
mean, I guess I went into this thing pretty recently where I was like into Star Wars. There's definitely Andor because Andor, but I was like back into
Yeah.
Star Wars, and I'm like, well, I want to experience whatever I haven't experienced before because I've watched a lot of the shows, and I haven't watched everything, but I don't really want to watch everything, to be fair. And I was like, I want to dig into the legend stuff. I never, as a kid, really dug into like the canon at the time, the expanded universe.
Mm.
And so I wanted to do that. So I've listened to what's the first one? Heir to the
Heir to the
Empire.
Empire.
And then I'm listening to this book. I'm going to listen to The Last Command. I bought the comic. I like the comic. Oh, but and
Some
I
of the
also I really and I
comics
it,
fucking.
for some reason it's impossible to find, but I really want to find the Dark Empire fucking epic collection or
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
because for
Right.
some reason it's impossible to find. But like Dark Empire is another fucking sequel story, and I want to see
Mm.
how ridiculous it is. Everyone keeps talking about how stupid it is. I want to see that.
You dipping your toes into like the Heir to the Empire trilogies, like it felt strange. I was like, oh, he's dipping into like my world. This is like the most
Yeah,
personal world that we don't share.
yeah.
Is like
I'm
anything
invading it.
Thrawn expandedy kind of university
Yeah, I'm
shit. I don't
invading
know
it.
what this was. And it
Just a
definitely
Thrawn
felt.
book.
How do you? Yeah, how do you feel? I mean, I don't. You probably don't know yet, but like Mark Thompson's original Thrawn voice now in retrospect is
Oh no,
so
I'm
funny.
listening to it.
When you study a
Yeah,
species art,
I
you
do like that a
understand
lot. No,
that
I've been thinking about that.
species.
How it's not. How do I feel about it compared to what Lars Mikkelsen?
Yeah, because all the other, including Outbound Flight, which is a Legends book, it's a prequel
Yes, I heard about that
to,
one.
and
Palpatine knows about the Usain Vong. I watch
it's the
videos.
it's the best. Yeah, I watch Star Wars Theory,
I watch
cunt.
Eckhart's Ladder.
He's better at least. He's better.
I've been watching
He's
like
better. He's
fucking
way
20 of his
better.
videos today, man.
Yeah, he's way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Outbound Flight is the prequel. I think it's the best Legends book, but also they did an audiobook for that back in the day, but it was abridged. It was like it was
Mhm.
maybe 30% of the story. And it was the same like Colonel Hugh Lauren, him talking in that voice. They did the new audiobook, and even though it's Legends, he's doing the Lars voice.
Mm.
And Mark Thompson's like Lars Mikkelsen Thrawn voice. If you ever listen to any, I mean, there's what,
Is it
six
good?
books
It's
where he's
perfect.
doing it is unfucking
Nice.
believable. It's like uncanny how good it is, and it's just like, oh, this is just the character, and it makes it feel so much more consistent. When in the
Yeah,
books, he's
I
like,
I
anti-hero guy
like
with his
Thrawn.
own
It's just I
motivations.
guess my thing with this is that I'm not reading for
For
Thrawn at
Thrawn, no, you're
all.
reading it
Yeah.
for the sequel thing, and I mean,
Yeah,
in those
because
books, he serves his purpose. He's big
I
bad
want
villain
to
of this era.
dive. I really want to do like a lot of the sequel stuff because I've just been reading about it and I'm like, this is. I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, I've fully turned the corner on this sequel trilogy in the movies where
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, maybe they did ruin Star Wars, and I like the first one and the second one, but I'm like,
yeah,
okay, maybe they did ruin Star Wars. Like I'm here
yeah.
thinking that they're never gonna make a good Star Wars movie. That's because
Mm,
of the sequels, and I like the Last
it
Jedi
is.
and I like the Force Awakens, but it's like they actually maybe destroyed all of Star Wars in the last one. But so I want to dive into more of the sequel stuff. I want to do it kind of in chronological order. That's why I want to do the Thrawn trilogy and
Mm.
then Dark Empire.
Are you gonna
But
do
the
the
thing,
Hand of Thrawn duology?
maybe not. No, I was thinking of, and apparently I don't know if I actually want to do this because it's so in depth. But the new Jedi Order series,
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
Usain Vong. Since I was a kid, I've kept hearing about this Usain Vong, and
You
I
know
don't know what it
they've
is.
just
And they're
they've
evil
just
and they're assholes.
they're an alien race that comes from outside of the
Yes.
Star Wars galaxy, and now they've been replaced in canon by look the
The
Yuzong
Gris?
the Yuzan Von as a yeah the Grisks as an entity they purely exist to be like, here's a big thing so that people have like a motivation. And so when like they brought Thrawn into canon, they were like, well, we need him to have a motivating thing that isn't just like, I want to do the Empire because Empire is cool. And so
Hmm.
they just replace it with another alien race. And it just doesn't like it
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter. They're all fucking
I'm
like
just
whatever
interested
they
because I suddenly came to the realization the other day that Luke has no kids, and Han and Leia had one kid, and now he's dead. There's no Skywalker or Solo bloodline
they're all
remaining in the canon Star Wars
um her
universe.
name is Rey Skywalker,
And
actually.
they did that, and I'm because I have this theory. I've cultivated this theory recently that I
Oh
think
no.
Disney is trying their goal when they buy an IP or they at least get their hands on it. And their goal is that they're going to
Kill it.
immediately soft reboot Disney it, where
Yeah.
now all you think about after that is the Disney version. They are
Mhm.
trying to actively replace the original version of it. And
Yeah.
because I'm like, okay, with Star Wars, they made a new Star Wars that was just the old Star Wars, but with new characters, and then they killed all your old characters, and now the story
Mm.
you want to see is actually all the new characters. All right, what's the story you always wanted to see in Star Wars? Oh, it's Luke building the Jedi Order and the New Republic being formed. Right? You're never gonna get
Mm.
that, but you'll get it with Rey. It's like, no, I don't want it with Rey. I wanted it with Luke.
Yeah.
Like that was the only
Yeah.
appealing thing about it was that it was Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker, right? And
They
then
were
I
also
feel
torn in half by the fact that the sequels were so aggressively new, and then everything else was like, this is a Clone Wars sequel. This is tying into
yes,
this comic book and this book, and it was like disjointed completely.
yeah. And I also think this because of I think it's very interesting. This is full on conspiracy theory. But I think if you look at
Okay.
Spider-Man after Tom Holland, every
Mm.
version of Spider-Man is just Tom Holland.
Oh yeah, no,
For the
100%.
kids, he wears a Tom Holland suit, he talks like Tom Holland.
That's
The
not a
the
conspiracy theory. That's brand synergy. They do it all the
but it's brand synergy.
time.
But I think that they're actively trying to go like this is Spider-Man, not the Ditko,
Yeah,
not the Stan Lee stuff.
yeah,
This is what Spider-Man is. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that that's
yeah.
all
No,
that Disney wants to do with
that's
anything.
because it's errors, it's marketing, it's selling things. It's like
Yeah.
you recognize this because it's in the theater. Shit happens all the time. Also, you have the
Yeah.
Mezco Fantastic Four, don't you? Completely off topic.
No, I don't.
Don't you? What do
You
you
said this
have?
before. No, I don't.
What
I
do
just
you
have the
have
Marvel
then?
Legends Fantastic Four.
Oh, what? Do
Why?
you is that true? I swear to God, you sent a photo of the Mezco ones.
I said I wanted them. I said they would be nice to have.
That is
The
that's
truth.
disappointing.
That is the
That's
truth, actually.
disappointing.
I have the John Byrne era Fantastic Four in my thing. So the white, um, which I think is cool. Cooler, I guess, than the black, right?
Mhm,
Um, yeah.
I guess.
Star Wars. What were we talking about? Oh, Star Wars Legends. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah.
You ever do you know
Mm.
what I'm like I fully want to go down the rabbit hole, but I'm also just like but I'm gonna get attached to it. Like and I don't
Yeah.
and I can't. I should not, because it's not gonna
No.
ever happen. It's never gonna
Attachments are
exist.
forbidden. That's a
Exactly.
reference. That's a Star Wars reference.
Yeah, it is a Star Wars reference actually. Good to the fucking worst era of the Star Wars, which is the prequels. I'm kidding.
Hey, 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 hey.
It's God, the Jedi suck, don't they
The
though?
Jedi do suck. That's the best part of The Last Jedi when Luke is just like, the Jedi sucked and they let Palpatine take over and
Yeah, right
they were
under their
stupid. I'm
nose.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Um
Yeah.
anyway. Cross
Next
out
bit of
Star
news or
Wars.
something.
Yeah,
I did not
next
read comics this week.
bit. I had three comics. The next bit of news, I thought this was interesting, but there's an article that came out about Thunderbolts, where
Yeah. It's made no
Thunderbolts,
money. It's
yeah,
made
the article
negative
was
money
called
somehow.
Thunderbolts. It was like, despite critical acclaim, Thunderbolts is going to lose Marvel millions, and what do they do next, right? And it kind of is really interesting. It's like, what does Marvel do next? So what is it at? It's 371 million globally, which is one of the lowest grossing Marvel movies
Mm.
ever. And there was a note where it said, and I want to find this because I think this is very interesting of how Marvel has also, much like Star Wars, destroyed their brand. Um, where God damn it, I can't, I gotta scroll through this, but it was something like, they had however so many movies before 2020. And here we go. Pre-pandemic, 19 out of its 22 films cracked at least 500 million globally.
Oh
Since
wow.
then, just 6 out of 13 have reached a half a billion, right? So
Damn.
it's less than 50% have reached half a billion when it was 19 out of 22 before, right? Guaranteed hits, pretty much. It used to be. And now they can't even gross $400 million, which is a lot of money, obviously, but not for Marvel. It used to be that was the floor for any of these movies, right?
Yeah.
And
Has it gone down because we lost Stan Lee?
yeah, because he cursed it with his death. Yeah.
This is like that time that I met Stan Lee. Excelsior! I'm Stan Lee. How was that for a cutaway?
I didn't like that one. I didn't like that one. I don't like you imitating such a great man. How dare
I'm in
you
hell.
Yeah, no.
Help! Tom King's here.
I'm saving him a seat. We're kidding, Tom. We're kidding. Um, yeah, Ditko also died the same year, dude. So maybe it did
It's
curse
Tom
them.
King. Wow, there you go.
Yeah, I know. Today, Steve Ditko died and Tom King died. Big news.
On Friday the 13th. Oh, wait.
Yeah, shit.
What is
No,
it for you? Thursday the
Thursday
12th?
the 12th currently. Oh man,
Friday
Friday
the
the
13th.
13th. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, you kind of got to wonder what Marvel's going to do next. Fantastic Four, it's a huge question, I feel, where it's like, what?
You just said Fantastic Four. My brain went and where to find them. Wrong
Yes,
fucking thing.
Fantastic Four and where to find them.
Where to
Yeah.
find
Fantastic Four and the Crimes of Grindelwald.
Grindelwald.
Yeah. Fantastic
Oh
Four,
my
though,
God.
it's like, I feel like it's a huge question on two fronts where it's like, number one, is it a Marvel event film? Is it an event film? It kind of is, right? It's like a reboot of
Oh,
the first family of Marvel, right?
dude,
That's
that
an
so
event.
reminds me.
But does anybody actually care about the Fantastic Four? Right?
No,
So is it
because
going to
they're
make money? Is there money in the audience you have left plus any audience that's interested? I don't know.
that has got to be his worst work yet.
Oh,
Boss Logic.
super
It's just
stretchy
that
reed arm shaking Superman's hand. Super fantastic.
July is super fantastic.
Yes. Well, it is. Listen, I think Fantastic Four is going to be great, but at the same time, I do wonder if anybody gives a shit about this. Fantastic Four, especially.
I think the next few Marvel things are going to be sick, and Secret Wars is going to be the best one they've ever done.
All
That's
right,
my
fair
take.
enough. You know what?
I'm excited. I'm excited. We talked about this.
Yeah.
We talked about this
Last time.
a few weeks ago. Yeah, where it was like it was going Fantastic Four into like
Spider-Man.
Avengers, into Spider-Man, into event. That is cool. That's if they
Yes,
don't
no,
like if it
it's
doesn't
you got to
hit now,
focus
it's
on the
over.
bangers, right?
Yeah,
That's all they can do now.
bangers.
Yes, it's Fantastic Four, then Spider-Man, then
Say it again.
Avengers, then Avengers. Bangers.
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 Fantastic Four, then Spider-Man, then Avengers, then another Avengers. I think again, the next one will be X-Men. I think straight out of the gate with X-Men.
Yeah.
But that's all they can do now. They can't gamble on like an Ant-Man, let's say, anymore, They can't do that. I don't know what characters left you want to gamble on with a full movie in the way that you would have like
Jocasta.
Shang-Chi. Like she's going to be in Vision Quest. Don't forget, we're getting Vision Quest. You know what I mean? It's like, what characters could they've almost run out of characters anyway. Once they do the Fantastic Four and the X-Men and Spider-Man.
They've not run out of characters.
Yeah, no, but I mean like to lead their own movie outside of those
like,
characters.
if they could pull Shang-Chi out and give him his own movie,
Yeah,
they
but
could do it really
even who else?
Whether we'll care or not,
But I'm saying, like, who even else would you give a movie to? Well, like
Wrecking Crew.
The Wrecking Crew.
Or
they were in She-Hulk.
Miles Morales. One of those. They're about the same level.
Of popularity, maybe. I mean, in certain circles, maybe the Wrecking Crew is a bit above, but I don't know. I think I mean, like, because I even feel like, who like a random character you can make a movie about in the future, be like Ghost Rider or something. But I even feel like that
Yeah,
he's popular enough.
yeah.
I don't know.
Do
I'm
Marvel
saying
Knights.
the obscure characters they can't bank on movies anymore, like
I
Eternals.
think making fucking like Moon Knight a TV show and shit, like that's dumb. Why wasn't he a movie? Like it's a cool character
I
you
don't know,
could potentially,
or a better TV show at least,
or
right?
just a better show. Yeah, that's a fair point actually.
I
Yeah,
mean,
a
with
show
Daredevil's not a
that's good.
movie. Daredevil arguably could be a movie, isn't a movie.
Daredevil arguably could be a movie, definitely. Yeah, I
You
mean
know
that's
what?
just an effect of the Netflix series
Yeah,
coming
this
out with.
is completely off topic, but I've kind of been thinking about Daredevil Born Again recently.
Mm,
I don't know if I really care for it.
that's fine.
On the outside of it, I'm like, was it that good? I
I
mean, post
think I
Andor, I'm questioning everything.
Oh, well, that's a different story completely. No, I watched it's like just driving to work like in the last sort of 4 weeks. I listened to like a few different video essays, some like really positive, some in the middle, and some like, I think it was disappointing. I mean, none of them were like this is bad, but I
Yeah,
definitely fell into the like you can feel the stitching of it in terms of like an overall story. Like episode to episode, everything feels like all right.
yeah,
And then I saw a comment that was just like, man, those last two episodes fucking saved that season. And I don't disagree with that. Like I definitely
yeah.
think
I mean, it
if
was
those two didn't hit as well as they did,
it'd
and
be
I
a
probably could have had the last episode draw out a little bit more, maybe not
yeah,
cut
hundred
through the
percent.
Frank and Daredevil stuff as much. But no, like I still really I enjoyed it on like the same level that I enjoyed like a ballerina, where I was like, it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but fucking
Yeah,
hell, they like made it way better than I expected it to be. And
I
I'm
don't know.
really happy.
I'm very excited to see where Daredevil grows as a
That's the
show,
thing. I
but
definitely think we'll look back on season two. I think season one gives like Ahsoka vibes, like where I like it a lot, but there's
I
definitely
liked Ahsoka
pacing and
more though.
story
I don't know.
issues.
I liked Ahsoka probably more than
Ooh.
anybody else in the world, it seems. So
I probably like you say that a lot. I probably
because everyone hates it, everyone doesn't
No,
like
everyone does
Ahsoka.
not hate that. You're in the wrong circles, man.
I've literally only seen hate. I've
I know,
genuinely
and
only seen the hate of Ahsoka.
I know, and I've seen like the either middling or the liking of it. I've never seen
But
like
mid
mass
is like the
Ahsoka
kind of the
hate.
same. I mean, it's not good to be mid.
No, like I mean, people go, yeah, it was all right. I don't take that as hate because like
Yeah,
Star Wars fans, when they don't like something, will tell
they
you to
don't like it.
kill
It's
everyone
true,
involved. Yeah,
dude. The Acolyte. I like that
yeah.
show. I liked
It
watching it.
was like, oh, behead every single person involved
I
with it.
didn't
It's
agree
like,
with
okay,
that.
maybe not.
I don't
Yeah,
agree
no.
with those
Although
that
you
view.
said it in the group chat. You said it in the
Listen,
group chat,
let's
which
not
was
talk about
interesting.
it.
But yeah, no, I like Born Again. Although, like I genuinely think since we reviewed it and spoke about it, and to now, my opinions haven't changed. Like I really
Mhm.
enjoyed it, and also saw the flaws in it. Like, and from an editing standpoint, there were times where I was like, "Would you fucking just like lock on to something for a second?"
Yeah.
But also, I think the performances are great, and then the way it's shot, I'm like, sometimes I love that, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish that had a little bit more style to it. And then we got to the
Mhm.
last two episodes, and I'm like, all right, the new showrunners seem
The
to
Moon
really
Knight
know what they're doing
guys.
with these characters. Yeah, who would have thought? And so that I said it in my Daredevil video that I did, where I was just like, the biggest takeaway from that was I was like, okay, the foundation is laid for like the next however many seasons they do to be fucking excellent because these guys know
I
what they're
hope.
doing. They've managed to stitch together what should have been unstitchable, and make it work to some extent. I don't think
Yeah. Do
anyone
you did you hear that Jessica Jones is coming back in season two?
did. I know I didn't actually didn't see
Yeah,
anything.
it's
That's crazy.
crazy.
That's interesting. Oh, I didn't know that. Hmm,
Yeah. I'm
hmm.
excited. I guess.
I would
What
have
am I
preferred the
excited for? I feel
Punisher.
like I feel like I after Fantastic Four, I will take a deep breath and be like, okay, what do I really care about next? Because it's
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
especially post Superman, I'm like, what all of my hype for many years has channeled into
Superman, yeah.
Superman. Where
Yeah.
like what do I even like? I'm yeah, new Spider-Man, new Avengers,
Mm. Mm.
but like I don't really know what else I got left after that.
Yeah, yeah, and also like there is a big difference between liking something and being like attached and like, oh, I want to rewatch like this. I want to
Yeah.
go like Born Again definitely wasn't the show where I was like, that was so excellent that I need to watch it again. Whereas I've watched the original series like 4 or 5 times, probably maybe
Crazy.
more. You know what I mean? Like I've seen
Yeah.
it so much. And like Born Again. Oh my God, why are we doing a Born Again discussion? But like Born Again is
Because
so
Hunter asked if Luke Cage was the best character in Defenders.
yeah, right. It was like Born Again was so episodic that you can genuinely I think I can go like I would rewatch that one right now and maybe I'll watch that in a little while. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not one it's not written like a TV show, I feel. And that was kind of
Well,
the
not
promise when
like
they
a
announced it.
modern TV show, I guess, right?
Yeah, we no, but like no, genuinely, I'm now forcing my girlfriend to watch The Walking Dead. I showed her season one a long time ago, and she wasn't captured by it, which is fair enough because even though people love that first season, I don't think it's that good. I think it's fine.
Mhm.
Season two, which a lot of people also think is flat, is when I think it turns into the show that I really loved for like those first sort of season two to six, and like 13 episodes there, a big thing
Is
happens
that
in the
how
first
good, how
couple.
long it's good for? Like, what are the peak seasons of that show?
Oh,
I never
it's
watched that show.
season three, four, five, and six, I think are all great.
Wow.
Six gets a
Okay.
little bit like it wanes off, and then seven and eight are like what should be the best of the show because it's all out war. And it's not the best. But no,
You
like
know what you've just described as Game of Thrones.
yeah, no, it never gets that bad. Never
Does
gets
it
that
ever
bad.
get that good?
For me, season three and four, like for me on a personal level were realistically probably not like probably
Hmm.
not Battle of the Bastards or Hard Home or anything like
Hmm.
like that or like the Red Where probably not but like for me personally growing up definitely no see I genuinely love season two through six of The Walking like love it actually love it.
Do you think I should
um
watch it? I've really thought about it because I do love that comic so much.
Up to you,
I just don't
man.
know
I
if I
don't know
care.
if you don't care then
Again,
you don't care.
everything's going into Superman these days.
But like the point was is
Yeah.
that what we're watching season two at the moment. We're about halfway through, and like big thing happens at the start of the season, and like the rest of this season is a lot of character drama. But the character drama is so good and so interesting that there's like little things popping up, and is this person going to tell this piece of
Hmm.
information? Blah blah, and like things being hidden and said, and like the blow up that's happening between characters because of it. Like I don't know how much you know about season two. Have you
Is it
ever?
on a farm? Is it
Yeah.
Herschel's farm? I've heard people
Yeah.
complain about it.
Okay, I won't say anything, but like a big thing just happened, and you're just seeing like characters react to it, and it's like we there's a moment in this show where like Rick literally just walks forward and does a thing that no one else has the balls to do, and it's like it's not made to be like this is the moment that he became the leader, but as an audience we feel like this is the
Hmm.
moment, and it's cool seeing him like he's locking in and doing the thing that needs to be done. A few other people are crying. Shane is doing his just like, oh, doing his John Bernthal thing. And like they all feel so clear as characters. And I know where all their dynamics are. And even though like not a lot has happened in the season, feels like TV, it feels like threads being connected. It feels like Breaking Bad in that way. And none of these current like streaming shows ever feel like that. Like ever.
Hmm.
You know
Oh,
what I
you
mean? They
mean
just don't.
any of them on any level?
Real like Andor is the only one I can think
Yeah,
of that
yeah.
does, and even to an
That's the
extent,
thing.
Andor jumps
Andor
because it jumps around. It kind of
is
it's different to that
it's
as well.
so weird
Again,
to describe Andor, isn't it? Where it's like, oh, this show's good because it's like a real TV show.
it's like a real TV show, and they gave a shit. Yeah,
Yeah, because every other show is like, we're gonna make content, you know. I
yeah, no,
have you
100%.
heard this is kind of news, I guess, but David Zaslav, right? CEO.
It is
So Warner
yeah.
Brothers Discovery is merging, or is not merging, the opposite. They're splitting into two different companies, right?
Mm.
One of them is going to be the Warner Brothers, I think, production side, which is headed up by Zaslav. He's going to stay the CEO of that company. That's got, the film studios. That's got DC
I've got a hot take
Studios.
about him. I don't think he gets paid enough.
Yeah, so you would vote up for if you were a shareholder.
No, I love
Okay.
that they voted down, but it also doesn't matter.
Yes, in a for anybody that doesn't know, in
Like,
a symbolic gesture, all of the shareholders of Warner Brothers stock downvoted David Zaslav getting a pay upgrade. but it was
Yeah.
only like approval. Like it didn't matter.
Mm.
He got paid either way.
Yeah,
But
it was like his bonuses, like his pay
yeah,
pack sort of thing.
but
It's
they
like,
said they didn't like it. It was a majority of the stockholders. But they've
mm,
split the company into two, where half of it is the production, movie production side, and then the other company is going to be your Discovery and my 600 pound life and uh Adult Swim and Cartoon Network and stuff, right? And the thing is that people have a theory, and this is what it seems like it's going to be, is that Warner Brothers, he is so Zaslav, great guy. His entire intent behind this has been to gut this company for like mine it for intellectual property
mm,
and then make money on said intellectual property by creating content. That is
mm,
what he would say, right? Because he's
yeah.
very anti art, even though you would think that a guy like that at the head of a company that makes a lot of entertainment uh, would have a high view of it, but I'm sure he does not. But anyway, the reason he's doing this, splitting this into two companies, is so that he can. These are much easier corporations, or much easier. Like this is so much easier to sell. Where it's like
Mm,
he has split like Warner Brothers in
love that
half.
movie.
Where if you want to buy DC right now, you only got to buy half of this Warner Brothers. If you
Oh
want to
my
buy
God.
Cartoon Network and Adult Swim, you only have to buy this half. You can pick and choose, and it's just like, okay, what vulture company is going to pick up DC next?
Mm,
What vulture
mm.
company is going to get their hands on my 600 pound life and ruin it? Like what
Thankfully,
it's
no vulture companies
yeah.
have gotten their hands on something like James Bond.
Oh God, if it's forever. That's forever.
But yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. But that's what he's done. That's what David Zaslav has done. He's added turmoil to our lives. He's destroyed a lot of dreams. He's fired a lot of people. He's a bad guy, and he belongs in hell and not Tom King. Or they could go together.
I
Again, I
think
don't
there's a
really know.
place for both.
Sure, I guess we still love you, Tom. Um, but yeah, I mean, he's an idiot. Obviously, he's an idiot. He doesn't seem to know anything about anything.
Mm,
And he loves the word content, and it really just grinds my gears.
yeah, content.
Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
last bit of news I have here. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but do you want to briefly mention that we both saw Ballerina?
Yeah.
All right, we both saw Ballerina. Moving on.
No.
Oh
Can I
yeah,
tell you? Like,
what do you
I
want to
said
say?
it was ridiculous in the chat, but like, this is the most absurd reaction that I've had in a cinema. Um,
Oh
when
God.
we get the intro with young Eve and her dad and like
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
action scene and stuff like that, and then when she's alone, when Ian McShane as Winston walks
Walks
in,
up to her.
and I saw the hat, I started tearing up.
Come on, you pussy. Are you
I
kidding
lo-
me?
like we well, I don't know why this is a surprise. It was a surprise to Hunter in the group chat, as though I haven't said it
That John
like
Wick is
the
your favorite
entire
film
time I've
franchise.
known him. Like
Yes.
since I've known,
It's
it
just
has
because it
been my
seems
favorite.
silly. It's because it's silly.
I know, but it's like this has been my favorite film franchise since before I knew any of you.
Mhm.
Since the year before I met any of you.
Yes.
And we all expected and dreaded that this movie was going to be a fucking mess. And I was almost certain of it. And I had resigned myself to like an Obi-Wan Kenobi level of cope where I was just like,
Hmm.
whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not really part of the franchise because it's not called John Wick. It's a spin-off. So like what it does, I
Yeah.
was already doing the mental gymnastics. And then the reviews came out and they were like, it's actually pretty good. And I went, don't give me hope. Don't
Yeah,
give me
yeah,
hope.
yeah.
Because I don't want it to be a situation where people are going, oh, this is actually surprisingly good. And then I'm the one guy that because I give too much of a shit, I come
Think
away and
it's
go,
bad.
oh, I don't think
Like
that
what,
really tied
Romulus?
into the like Romulus. I like Romulus enough, but that one definitely was like, this is a movie made for people that aren't really Alien fans. Like that's
Hmm.
how I felt about that movie at least. Um, and then Ballerina, I thought was sick. I really like. There are definitely parts of it where I'm like, oh yeah, Len Wiseman directed this. Like the flamethrower bit went on for
Forever.
so long.
You know what my thoughts on Ballerina are is that I saw it and I went, all right. And then I have not been able to think of a single thing about it in the last week. I keep sitting to think like, what was her, who was she mad at? And I'm like, what? Why did she
So
go
her
there?
father was part of that cult, and then they
Yeah, like I
escaped, and
listened
then
to
he
like
came and
reviews
killed
of
them.
it, and they mentioned things that happened. I'm like, when did that happen? And I'm
Oh,
like, I was
brother,
paying attention. It
I
it
reckon I could play by play the whole movie.
it
I
really
was
kind of
locked
just
in.
left my brain after I saw it, and I liked it enough. All I can remember is her blowing the fuck up out of like just people blowing up.
The grenade fight in
I
the
like the
gun shop.
grenade fight. Yeah.
I loved that they cut his whole like this is the Beretta like and going
Yes.
through all the guns and just cut it short.
Yeah.
Love the scene where we find like she's been through a fight, she's killed the target, she's in the mirror, and we work backwards through like the place
Yeah.
without seeing how she got in there. I thought that was sick. I think, oh man, the way it tied into
That took me a second.
Parabellum.
Again, that was one of those things where it's like you mentioned that I'm like, did that happen in this movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The way
that's
it
another
tied into
thing. You
Parabellum, I thought was so cool. Like
I
even
don't
getting
even
the
know.
footage from it.
I've seen John Wick 3. I'm like, is that a reference to John Wick 3? I don't remember.
The
Does it
footage was
happen?
from
Yeah,
when
that's
he gets the
exactly.
brand on the back. Yeah, that's from three. Because he
I
goes to the Ruska Roma to
did
get
not
his
remember at
ticket
all.
punch. He gets his ticket punched so that they can give him safe passage out of the country, and that's when he goes and he gets his finger chopped off from the dude that's like the level below the high table to be like John Wick is fine, and then they're like you have to go kill Winston, and then he's like shows up and he's like Winston, and then he's like you hit a kill, and then they don't kill each other, and then
Yeah.
Winston shoots him off a roof, and then he's like rules.
And then John Wick 4.
You got to remember though, I think I've also seen those movies like 5 times each.
No, yeah, no, I haven't seen. I've only seen Parabellum and 2 maybe once. Definitely
Mm,
once. I
mm.
saw John Wick 1 maybe a couple times, and 4 I've seen like maybe twice, maybe 3 times.
It's the
4's
best
good.
one.
Yeah.
So
But
good.
Ballerina, I
Um,
mean, it's. Do you? I mean, what do you think of the world of John Wick spin-off movies? Like,
Oh no, like I'm vehemently against it, and you know this
yeah.
because I don't want them to I don't want them to Star Wars the thing that
I
I
mean, what
love.
do we got? We
Like,
got this movie, which nobody's seeing, but is
well,
fine.
We've got the Kane spin-off, and
That I'm
like
excited for.
I see, I genuinely
It
am
was the
like,
way that it was described recently, like
oh
it's a
yeah,
kung
it
fu
feels,
movie. I want to
yeah,
see a
it
kung
feels
fu movie.
unique. It
I want
definitely
to see a
feels unique.
modern martial arts, like Hollywood martial arts and neo. That sounds sick as fuck.
Yeah,
Like they're gonna
no,
be
I
fighting
did
in
like,
some cool locales. It's gonna be a million people. The thing that really stuck with me about Ballerina, the thing that did stick with me, is that it's like got to be the easiest thing in the world. It's like becoming an Uber driver to become an assassin. It's like you
oh
just have to have like the
yeah,
ambition,
yeah,
and you
no,
could
like
just sign up
yeah,
because there's so many low tier assassins. Like like spoilers, I guess, but she goes to this town
mm,
and she walks into a bar and she gets a drink, and one guy that's been trailing her walks in, and you go, okay,
mm.
that's the assassin. And
Who is
so
in
they,
the first John Wick movie?
oh, is he?
And
That's
he's a
cool.
different character. He's the guy that
Oh, okay.
after John gets the bag over his head and he's like, I'm thinking I'm back. He's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
guy that's like choking John out, and
yeah.
then
Okay.
John chokes him out. They were just like, hey, you want to come back
You
as a
want to? That's
different
cool.
character for the
Yeah, why
fifth
not?
movie in this franchise? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Ten
because
years later.
but him and her get into a gunfight, and everyone
Mm.
runs out of the
Great fight, dude. That
bar.
fight going up
Yeah,
oh, dude.
everyone runs out of the bar, and then it cuts, and everyone ran out of the bar to go to their cars to get shotguns because they're
To get
also
guns.
assassins.
Yeah.
This
But
entire town was assassins.
well, the town is a cult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but that's
It's
still
like
like it's
it's a
crazy.
Jonestown assassin cult. Yeah,
They
no, it is
she
crazy, but
goes to
it
a
also
choir or like a show, like a play later, and there's a bounty
yeah,
that goes on her head. And she checks
and
her
a bunch
phone
of
and she
people.
looks in the crowd and there's like 10 guys checking their phones.
Yeah.
Like
No, there is a
everyone's
lot.
an assassin, dude.
The way I think about it is I think there's like concentrated amount of assassins in key areas.
Sure,
Like
yeah.
New York would have so many because
I
it's
have a
New
million
York.
assassins, yeah.
And like I just feel like if you went to like I don't know the middle of Sweden, there'd be like five.
But you got to think about like how many bodies he puts down in a lot of these movies, especially John, where it's
Mm.
like she has enough. How many people does she kill in this movie? Like 30?
Definitely a lot,
A
yeah.
lot of people. But John Wick does that every movie times like 10, especially in the
I
last
was gonna
one.
say he took out at least 15 in this movie. I was not
Yeah,
expecting
exactly. Yeah,
that.
exactly. He gets a little action sequence, and
Oh,
it's like everyone in the world is an assassin at that point.
mm,
You know,
mm.
if
Yeah.
John,
See,
there's
this
like
is the thing
90
people have been
guys trying to
talking
fight
about
John
since
Wick. I
People have been
know.
talking about this
It
since
hit
like
me.
John Wick 2. So
It
like for me,
really
I'm
hit
just
me with
like,
this. It really hit me with
but
this
like
new one.
having a cult that literally like operates in this town, having a cult town to me kind of
It's
like
cool.
makes it less
Yeah.
ridiculous in a way
I
because
mean, it's
like
still cheesy, but it
oh,
was
it's
just the
cheesy,
moment. It
definitely.
was just the moment when you see everyone go grab their guns, and you're just like,
Yeah, no.
what?
Yeah, no, and it's just like a
Yeah,
middle-aged woman and man that are clearly a
exactly. It's
couple,
like, what is their
and like the
actual life like then?
usher the kids in with, well, I mean, it's a parallel to the Ruska Roma, I guess, because she grew up in one town
Yeah,
that was, an assassin cult and then went into another assassin cult, and that's pretty much all she's known. Um, man, I don't know. It just made me have I
it was
some
fine. It was
parts
good
went
enough.
on long and like because I had just showed my girlfriend like the underworld movies, and so we were well versed in Len Wiseman
Hmm.
and his style of movie. I feel like you can tell when
Blue,
this movie is Len Wiseman doing something and when it's actually secretly Chad Stahelski reshooting it.
not
You know
so
what I mean?
secretly. Yeah,
Yeah, no, not so secretly, but like yeah, the flamethrower thing was really cool until I was like, okay, I get it. I get it.
yeah. No, yeah.
Was
I know what you mean.
not expecting John to get so much stuff.
Hmm.
I was smiling so fucking hard when he got his own little scene. I was
Hmm.
like, oh, they're doing it, they're doing it. It was like Daredevil having a hallway fight in She-Hulk. It was like I was like a little girl
Yeah,
going like I was so excited at the fact that I'm like, oh, John Wick, dude, on the screen, he's killing people, yay. And
I've
also
never
that
seen this
fight they
before.
had, I've
I haven't
never
seen this
seen
in
this before.
5 movies.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen this for like upwards of, 9 hours.
yeah.
But
It's been a
like the
whole
fight.
2 years since the last
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. Oh, it's been way too long since I
Yeah,
watched John Wick 4, probably a couple months ago.
yeah.
um,
Literally, me
but
too.
like
Yeah.
him and Eve's fight, like it just, it just made me happy. I,
This is your
there's a
Superman.
world,
It
there's
made
a
you happy.
world, there's a world where they make this movie and they
There's a
just like
world of
fuck it up.
John
Like
Wick.
there's a, well, yeah, from the world of John Wick,
Yeah.
actually. But there's a world where they make this movie and, um, Morticia sends Keanu to go and kill Eve, and like he actually just shows up and he's just trying to shoot. But like everything felt very true to like. I know this is John showing up in a movie that's not his own, but like they're keeping the character
Hmm.
he doesn't want to kill this lady. She's not in his way. She's not his thing. He's just like telling her to leave. And I just love that whole fight, maybe the wording of this might sound bad, but I love that entire fight is him absolutely bodying her for the whole thing,
Yeah. Well,
and then
it's
just being
it's
like,
giving us
"Go!" Like,
levels. Yeah, where it's
yeah,
like
it is
they
giving us
didn't
level,
make her as tough as John Wick. It's like no, John Wick is still like
and they
the end all
also
be
gave us
all
a
of this
reason
universe.
for it. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
just like, "You need to fight in a different
Yes.
way," and like kick men in the balls a lot, and I think that's
Yeah. Fight
cool.
dirty. Fight like a girl. They say. Yeah.
Also, Lance Reddick as Sharon one last time. That made me
One of
really
my
happy
when I
because the
saw
last
this,
movie he got fucking
yeah,
shot, and it was
this
sad because he died a month before, and
no,
it
he
was like,
died
oh
on the
man,
fucking marketing campaign, didn't
yeah,
he?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he
man.
died in one of the hotels or something. It's
And
crazy.
everyone was fucking sad, and
Yeah.
it was like Keanu and Chad
The
being like, "Man, we lost our friend."
one of my friends said this where he was like, we were watching John Wick 4 and he goes, okay, imagine this, right? John Wick movie, John Wick
Dragons.
action. Yeah. He said monsters.
Imagine Dragons.
He's-
Oh my god. It's you've said this. You said like, what
and
if
I
John Wick went
said,
supernatural? And I went, that's
that's
Constantine.
Constantine.
That
Yeah.
movie
I
exists.
said I could buy a cult. And they did
Yeah,
cults in this movie, but
they did a
would
cult.
you do that? Would you do like a gothic horror John Wick? Still the same John Wick action.
In like what do you mean gothic horror though?
There's like a blood drinking cult. There's no
If
magic or
they're not,
anything.
if
You don't
then
got to do
yeah, if there's no
magic,
magic, then sure, that's fine.
but
I
they
haven't
all
got a
have
problem
guns
with
and
weird
stuff.
people. Yeah, they all press their
That would be
fucking
cool.
bloody
I want
fingerprints
that.
into weird gold things and
God,
what like
I
yeah,
kind of
no,
want
I'm
that. I
fine.
hope that's John Wick 5. Oh, they can fuck it up and they can do the cult and they resurrect John Wick. Oh man.
I promise you, I would pull a pin on a grenade in that theater and blow myself.
And everyone else?
And no, just me. Just it's a really small grenade.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's a
Oh, and
little
Tom
tiny.
King's next to me though, so we
Oh, okay.
both
All
go.
right, yeah, no, so you can make it fair and woke. But that
Do you
would
want me to
be
tell you the things I don't like in the movie? I guess
sure.
I'm
Just
very
but that
clear
would be
things.
the best moment of my life if that happened in a movie theater. Because I would just know that on the other side of the world, You're dying inside.
That would be my equivalent of if you checked Rotten Tomatoes and Superman had like 37.
Yeah, like 3%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I hope they
Or
do
like
that
at the end he
smart.
snaps Nicholas Holt's neck and you're just like, no, they've done
Yeah.
it again.
Oh, why would they do that? Yeah.
um yeah, okay. So at the start of the movie, when they take Eve to the Ruska Roma, they have a conversation where they ask Winston, they're like, does she know who her like true family is? And Winston goes, and it's just like,
She's
I guess
Palpatine's daughter.
the true family is just the cult, I guess. But I
Yeah.
thought that was going to be a setup for like her dad is. So I thought the
John
main
Wick.
bad guy was just going to be her dad.
Yeah.
And then also they introduce a character out of like at the start they go, oh, it's a real shame that like your sister wasn't here. Don't you just miss your sister? And then in this movie they introduce one character that looks vaguely like Eve, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, there's the sister. Where are they going to go from this? And then they reveal that spoilers for all of this, sorry.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah,
whole movie.
they reveal the sister and it's like, okay. And then they're like, and now she's dead. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what was the point of any of that?
Yeah.
Like, what is the point? Like, is it supposed to show the difference? Because like Eve is not so different from the people in this, like they're all assassins. She's not different enough that if you juxtapose her against her sister, that it's like, look at the stark contrast
Yeah.
between these characters and where they've ended up. And so it was just like, oh, okay. And then she's dead. And I was like, okay, she's dead. Um, those were like the main things. Also, the flamethrower thing just went on for so
It did go on for forever.
fucking long. And
I
like,
started to
this
feel the
person,
heat in the theater, man.
yeah, well,
It
that's
probably has
because
to
you kept
do with
farting. That's because you
no
kept
that
farting because you can't control yourself, and you probably did a little poo
and
poo as well.
it was
You did a little
come
poo
on,
poo.
man.
Well,
And
look,
dude, there
okay,
was
I
a
take that
couple.
back. I take it back. You probably don't do poo poos in the cinemas,
No,
okay?
I do pee-pees. Hey, come on. Hey. Don't do a cutaway. He did a cutaway. He
He
just did a
doesn't want to tell you,
cutaway.
but
He did a
there's poo
cutaway where
poos
he's
in the
shitting on
there's
camera.
poo
Audio
poos in
listeners, he's
the
shitting on camera.
shitting on the camera.
It's gross.
Oh
Um,
man.
there's a couple. So there were two couples next to me on a date. I saw this movie real late. I saw this movie last week, right after the podcast. After we recorded the podcast, Hunter and I, and there was two couples next to me. I was in the middle of the row. They were on the far left, and so one of the dudes orders like wings,
Mm.
and he's sitting there. He's eating his wings. I'm like, I don't have a problem with people eating in the theater, but goddamn, is he
Oh, I did listen.
slobbering right
I
next to
did
me?
listen to this,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
And like people
then
coming over and whispering and be like, "So do you want the
oh
burger?
no
Or
no
do
no,
you
that
want
was different.
oh,
That was
oh,
me
okay.
complaining about the Alamo, but this guy was just eating
Ah,
next to me.
yeah.
Um, and
Wings.
then his girlfriend gets up and then she leaves and then she comes back and then she pulls him with her and then they both leave and they don't come back.
Huh?
And then there's another couple that's there that was with them and they were, I swear to God, they were fucking in that movie theater. They were on top of each other. I heard smooching. I heard like it was like distracting, like from the
Damn.
movie where I'm like, guys, like it's
Guys,
like
I'm trying to watch
it's
John
there's something
Wick.
Anna Darmus is doing something cool. She's pinning a grenade on somebody and they're blowing up, and I hear
Yeah.
like
And then yeah, hanging them off the side of a wall with like
yeah,
5 grenades blowing up for no reason.
yeah, for no reason, closing
Rules.
putting a grenade in the guy's mouth and closing the door on him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I just
hell
hear
yeah, dude.
God, guys, and I can't say nothing because then I'm looking at them, you know.
I,
But
I hadn't been to the movies in a few months,
I
and
should,
like
you know what I should have said is I should have said get a room.
oh, that would have been good.
Classic, a
And you
zinger.
were you alone at the time?
Was it just me? Yeah, it was just me. Not there were other people
Wow,
in the theater, but yeah,
you would have looked like such a loser.
yeah.
Just the lonely guy by himself, being like,
Get a room.
dude. I'm sorry. This is so. I've noticed this the whole podcast. Electra's hair in the background keeps blending in with yours,
With
and it
my
just
hair,
looks like
actually, that
it just
is
looks
my
like
hair.
your hair is extended to one side. Like, yeah, you've been like that half the time. It's
Nice.
just
I like
like
that.
out the side.
Do you like Daredevil on the other side? Actual Daredevil? I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
What do you mean? Oh, he is too. Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Drawn by Jim Lee.
Oh, the dog. The dog.
Oh,
is
the
so-
dog.
Oh, God, the dog. This is almost like that time that. I'm not going to do the cutaway.
But I was hoping you wouldn't. Ballerina.
What are the
great,
comics?
fine
What are
movie.
the comics?
Um,
Good movie. I liked it
One
a lot.
World Under Doom happened.
Okay, and can you tell me the other ones?
Absolute Batman and the New Avengers.
Oh, it actually is the new event. I thought you
Thunderbolts,
were
yeah.
joking because Thunderbolts was on the back.
No,
Okay. I have to go soon, so let's
yes.
make this quick.
Doom
Or I'll
under one world under Doom.
screwdriver you.
Doom saves the world, and then everyone's chatting about how Doom saved the world, and then Thor walks over and says, "Guys, I got a question." So for reference, my dad used to rule like all the 9 kingdoms. He was like a
Mm.
king, but like he was an asshole, but like he did it well. And like, so how does that make Doom any different?
Mm. Yeah,
Uh,
fair.
he's like, because all the 9 kingdoms are different kingdoms, but like my dad still ruled them like normally, and like so will I, you know. And
Mm.
then so why does that make Doom different if he wants to rule the Earth as one thing as Liberia? And it's
Oh
just
God.
Tony kind of crashing out. Like the entire issue is
Yeah, fair
Tony
enough, dude.
yelling about it. He says,
It's Doctor
uh,
Doom.
he says, you all, oh, yeah. He's, Tony says, he's healing magically inside of his armor. If maybe his bones are healing, he's like, maybe they weren't even really broken. I don't know. Somebody says, Tony, you sound like a conspiracy theorist. You all sound like cult members. He's Dr. Doom. His
Yeah.
literal last name is Doom.
Yeah.
That's what
Awesome.
Tony says.
I love that a lot.
And Thor's just kind of like, guys, listen, like, I'm kind of buying into the hype. Everyone else is. Like the whole world likes this, and like you guys are the assholes right now. And it's
Wow.
really just
Okay.
Tony. It's just Tony who's got like this moral thing where he's like, Dr. Doom will not be fucking ruler of the
He's
world, so
right.
help me God. I know, but that's kind of what is interesting.
Interesting
Or
about
it's
it.
either
Yeah.
interesting or it's bad writing. Where Tony is correct about Doom. Everyone knows Doom, the history of what Doom's done, and nobody's forgetting it. But it's also just kind of like, well, everyone's got free healthcare and good school and like everything right
Oh
now,
no.
and they're fed
Oh,
and whatnot. You know, it's like that's what
oh
they're fighting.
no.
Where Doom is like actually providing for the world, and
Mm.
people like him. And Iron Man just
Damn.
has to go like, well, he was mean to me before, so I don't like him. You know, and he's a
Mm.
son of a bitch. And everyone else
Mm.
is just like, yeah, but like, you know,
Where are
the
the Fantastic Four in all this?
they're in this, but they've been losing their powers slowly.
Has Reed not has Reed at any
Reed's not
point just been
really in
like,
this. No, it's interesting.
what?
It's mostly Tony. It's literally mostly Tony centered, where Tony is just having this issue with Doom.
We need this Doom to cross over with like the Maker, don't we?
Yes,
Just turn into
Sorcerer Supreme Doom.
paste.
He's got. You want to see his look? He looks kind of neat.
Is there a new look?
Yeah, he creates magic armor.
Oh, okay.
And he kills Dormammu, and he puts a spell on Dormammu. He doesn't kill Dormammu. He sends Dormammu back into the dark dimension. And he puts a spell on. He's got just green armor. He puts a spell on the thing where he's like, "This curse will break, and Dormammu will become free the second that I'm not ruling the world anymore." So think carefully, bitch. Yeah, that's Dr. Doom. That's what he would do.
Okay. Yeah.
But I love that panel.
I
His
personally
literal
think
last
he would
name is
pretend to
Doom.
be like an ally
Iron
and
Man?
use the face of a dead fallen hero to like
like that.
convince them that actually, yeah.
The
Have you read
other,
Superior Iron Man?
yeah, no, I have. I liked it. Yeah, it's fine.
I like
Actually,
the ending. I like the
Yeah.
ending a lot.
Superior Iron Man.
Mm.
Yeah, where the book doesn't end, but it ends in Avengers, where he blows up.
Yeah.
Bane in Absolute Batman. Bane is cool. He's really big. He's even bigger. You thought Batman was big? Turns out Bane's the biggest guy that ever existed.
He would have to be like 10 feet tall.
He is huge. He's I was gonna say gymongous. That's how big he is.
Humongous.
This is Bane. This is a weird panel, but like this is the title. This is Bane. I think that's his face.
What?
But yeah, that's Bane. He's like a weird. Yeah. So, but he's still smart,
like
Bane. And Batman's also still 8 feet tall, but Bane's still bigger. And I just love that this Batman's so ridiculously crazy because he says stuff that Batman would never say. Where Bane punches him in the chest and goes, "Hey, look at me up here. That's right. You still got your legs." And Batman just says, "Fuck you." He just screams, "Fuck you." Bane's like naming all the forms of that Batman is using to fight, and then Batman says, "Well, go jerk off in a rotting hole, you dickhead," or whatever. Doesn't
Is
say
that what he says? Wow,
No, he doesn't
that
say
is
that. But he
crazy
does
dialogue.
say, "Is that all you've got? I only need one leg to kick your juiced up ass." Right, and then Bane goes,
Brilliant.
"Juiced up," and then he takes the venom, and he becomes
I
juiced
was
up.
born in the juice.
He becomes
Oh God.
really
Oh,
juiced
he's
up. Look at how
whoa.
tiny Batman is. Yeah, and that's Big Bane, big time Bane.
Oh, he's
And then and then
ridiculously
and
huge.
then Crypto right next to him.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
Very
exactly. That
weird
fits.
page layout right here. Look at that.
Mm.
But yeah, there's an Easter egg
Hey, what
in
was
this
that on the
issue.
back cover? What was the back cover? Oh.
Oh wait, sorry. This Thunderbolts. Um, there's an interesting Easter egg. Batman, early on in this issue, goes on an ass kicking spree where he just beats up. He just goes on a night of beating up criminals, and it's like, okay, well, he beat up so many criminals that they ran out of ambulances, and they started using Ubers, and they ran out of Ubers, and so there's a person, there's a EMT bringing someone on a rickshaw, which is those things where it's like the bicycle at the front and there's a carriage in the back. And the EMT goes, it says he's huff huff, and he goes, "Fuck Batman," and they show his. Oh my god! I just realized what kind of Easter egg this is. They show his thing. It shows EMT thing. It says Dick Grayson. I just realized that's a Titans joke, isn't it? Fuck Batman. He
Yeah,
says.
fuck Batman.
I
Yeah.
didn't even mean it like that. I just meant because it says Dick Grayson, but that's
Oh
crazy.
my gosh.
Wow. I
Hey,
didn't even
check
get it.
this out if you want crazy.
Wow.
Ready? I'm zoomed in.
Oh my god, I don't like that.
What's up? Oh, you can
The
see
only
my
other
chest
issue is
here.
New Avengers. It's Thunderbolts. I don't even know the Jackal's in this. Bucky's in it.
I feel bad for the YouTube audience that has to see this.
Yeah, you feel bad for the YouTube. What about the audio audience? That's like, what the hell is he talking about?
Love that they've got no idea what's happening, do they?
Yeah, I don't like it. But I
Okay,
liked
sorry,
this
my
issue.
bad.
It was cool.
This is cool.
All
I'm
right.
happy for you. All right. Well,
That
that was a hero story. How long was that?
and we've been in this room for 2 hours and 8 minutes, but I don't think it's been 2 hours on recording.
I knew it. I knew it. I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, we'll do an hour." Never fucking happens.
Of course, we weren't going to do an hour. Are you kidding me?
It's never happened in the
It's always
entire.
2
It's
hours.
never happened. Never happened.
Yeah, never.
Ah.
But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking through his bits, his cutaways.
That's what we should call the episode. The cutaway.
The cutaway.
The
Do you
Family
have
Guy.
to be Stewie on the thumbnail?
Oh, that's a big edit. Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
it is. All right.
Okay.
If he's
I
not
got
Stewie on the
elongate.
thumbnail, you can sue him because he's signed a contract that said he will. Right?
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
Do I? What are you then?
Let me make me Thrawn. I'll be Thrawn.
No, no. I'm
Yeah, I
not
want to be
no,
Thrawn.
no, no.
Make me blue. I want to be Thrawn.
Well,
You can be
I've been
silly
Thrawn twice
Stewie.
before. It would be a recast.
Exactly.
Mm.
That's why it's new and exciting.
Why don't we make you Superman for like the 10th time?
No, I don't want to be Superman. I want to be Thrawn. I want you to be
What about
Stewie, and I
Nathan
want me to be
Fillion's Green
Thrawn.
Lantern? What about Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern?
Do you want me to play him? No. You're not putting a bowl cut on me. I want to be Thrawn. If I'm not Thrawn in this thumbnail, again, you signed to this, you get sued. We're not friends,
who?
dude. We're
By who?
we're work partners. We're doing this as a contractual obligation. I will sue the shit out of you.
What if I send the National Guard at you?
Yeah. Then I'll just complain about it. I'm kidding, guys.
You want to be Thrawn?
I want to be Thrawn.
I'm gonna make you specifically Legends Thrawn. Okay.
I'll be Legends
About
Thrawn.
About that.
Yeah, I'll be Legends Thrawn.
And I'm gonna make it like a
Captain
real
Pelion.
fuck ass edit. I'm gonna make Captain Pelion. Yeah, it's a good one.
I didn't realize he was in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Played by a guy from The Walking Dead.
Oh wow, Rick Grimes. That's cool.
Yes, yeah, Andrew Lincoln. Yeah, that's him.
That's the end of this episode. I got nothing left. Let me hit a bois. You want to hit a bois? You hit the bois. I'll end it. And you hit the bois. And by that I mean hit the bois and I'll end it. Goodbye.
Oh, this has been a Hero Story episode 11.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. As always,